Ready?
Ready.
What's up? What's up, guys? My name is Mario.
My name is Jesus.
My name's Belle.
Welcome back to another Vive con Huevos podcast. And guys, today we have a very special guest for you.
I'm really excited about this.
I am really excited. And as you can tell, we're all fucking padreed out.
know.
Hopefully by the time this drops, we actually won all the games.
know.
So hope
We're
we're
a
not
couple.
jinxing it. But guys, with us today, we have local producer, DJ, with almost over 48,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. Holy shit.
Yes.
My man has been through, I don't know how many festivals now. He's going to do EDC Orlando.
He is.
You're going to do NYE with De Oro.
Oh,
He
yeah,
You're
is.
going
we're
to do
excited
Escape
about that one.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Holy
that's
shit.
crazy.
I'm kind of turned on right now. I don't know.
That's crazy.
But guys, with us, we have San Diego local DJ producer, Bolo the DJ.
Yes, sir. You guys got like a little applause button?
I know, we
Yeah,
need
we-
that.
That has a little sound
Damn.
bar thing, but it's just too far.
Yeah.
That's far, yeah.
We need someone.
We can
to
edit
see
it
Yeah,
in.
yeah. I just before I used
right
to have
here.
it right
Right here.
here, but with all like the cable wire management, I just me daba ansiedad.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
Yeah.
But hey,
We'll
thank you
edit it.
guys. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on. Thanks for all those shout outs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for reaching out. I know our homeboy Romy, shout out Romy, was the one
Shout
that
out Romy.
introduced you to us. And that's all this world is all about, just networking, people who you vibe with. It's like, hey, I think you're pretty good for this podcast. And we checked you out. You had already come out on my TikTok.
Nice.
I'm on like Latin EDM
Yeah.
TikTok.
Let's go.
So it's like you, Chan, De
Yeah,
Oro.
the boys.
Yeah. So I had already seen some of your stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then when Pa Arriba came out, I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh shit, this is a sick ass song.
That's sick.
So it was just weird how like everything just kind of aligned itself.
Dude, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's good to hear about that algorithm. Because sometimes
Yeah.
that shit do not be working.
Sometimes that algorithm is gonna be the death of me. I
know,
swear.
All the time.
I hate it. Excuse me. Sorry, Pacifico doing it again to me.
Yeah. Thank you for the hospitality. We just tried some tamarindo fucking tequila.
Oh, the
Gran
Gran
Malo.
Malo.
Yeah,
That
Gran
was
Malo.
good.
If you're ever down to sponsor the podcast,
No free
We'll
free
tag 'em.
sponsors
Yeah.
though. We're
Yeah,
gonna
hey,
beat
beat
that out.
I have reached out to Gran Malo like 5 times.
Yeah.
Well, they're fairly new in the States.
Yeah.
So I'm like pushing them, like, yo, what's up? You guys are new here,
Look
right?
at us.
Yeah.
Look at me.
But it is really good. I do
No, that
enjoy
was good.
one.
Yeah, but Bolo, again, thank you so much for being here. Is this your first podcast?
Well, I used to run a little podcast
Oh, yeah.
called Cue the Breakdown. It was cool. It was me and one other homie, my homie Shaq, and we would interview other DJs. We started with like local DJs, and then over time we started kind of like reaching out to bigger DJs. It was cool. Things were going really smooth, but it was a lot of video editing. Then I was doing all the video editing, and so I kind of realized I should be spending that time, producing and focusing on this. And so I kind of paused it, but it was a good experience. I got to meet some dope ass people. And I got a lot of respect for you guys for keeping this going. So
I appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah, no, it's cool. What you guys
Yeah.
are doing is cool.
We have to divide the work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
do.
right.
We definitely
Yeah,
had to
Because you
divide the
can't do
work.
it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was definitely hard in the beginning because I wanted to do it all, and I was getting stressed the fuck out. And then we talked off pod, but DJ Jesus has that really good DJ Jesus.
DJ Jesus? That's kind of hard.
Well,
Party
okay.
con Dios.
Actually, a
Estoy
little
con Dios, ama.
backstory.
No pasa nada.
Before we started the podcast, weren't you guys gonna learn how to DJ?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's one of my goals. I've said this like various times on different podcasts. Like Jesus and I really want to be producers and DJs.
Really?
Yeah.
We even got
yeah.
the
Whoa.
FL Studio, and like we had it all. We started practicing,
Yeah.
but then you know what? Then we started the podcast. Like, oh, I'm just gonna edit the podcast on this.
Yeah, we switched
Yeah.
focus a little bit. Now since we're dropping bi-weekly, I feel like we have a little bit of time. But Pao and I just started planning our wedding.
Oh,
so I feel like
wow.
now that's consuming our time. So it's like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
time that we're taking off from the podcast now is consumed by that. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
fuck, I have no time to do anything.
He's like, sorry,
We'll
babe.
get there though.
I have to pause the wedding. I'm trying to learn how to DJ.
I need to
You don't
follow
even
my
know.
dream.
Yeah, to me,
No,
I
we'll
don't know.
get there.
It's just. I mean, we'll get into it, but it's just really. I think it's really fascinating being on a stage and being able to control someone's emotions. And I'm
That's
the
what
type
it
of
is.
person that like when I hear certain sets, I get super fucking emotional.
He does.
Like
Yeah.
there's been times where I've cried in sets. Se me
Yeah.
enchina la piel. there's an ongoing joke where I actually did cry during a Bad Bunny set in Coachella.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Hey, I don't blame you, bro.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I mean, when those vitamins start kicking, dude, it's just
The vitamins.
Yeah.
Yeah, calladita. I'd be like, damn,
For real.
See,
That
sorry.
really spoke to my soul.
So me and DJ, why do I keep wanting to call you
DJ
DJ?
Jesus.
DJ Jesus.
Let's do it.
Yeah, when
That's
me and
funny.
Jesus like came up with this, like, yeah, we should be DJs and start producing music.
Yeah.
We just think it's a really cool thing to do, and I think we both
cool.
share the love of music.
Yeah.
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 Dude, honestly, if I were to give some advice, it'd be probably DJ first because it's like a little quicker to pick up. Because producing is like
It's a whole
to this
other
day,
level.
I learn something new every time I open up. I'm an Ableton guy.
Okay.
We're what do you call it? We're ops
rivals,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, we're rivals because
Yeah.
you're FL gang. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
FL's cool.
My
Jesus
boy.
is like, I don't even know. I was just gifted to me.
I was just, he was gifted FL
Oh,
Studio.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't buy it illegally?
No,
or cracked it?
no, they gave it to me for my birthday, and that's when I was, at first I was trying to do it like Porter Robertson style, like all that kind of stuff. But then the podcast came and we kind of switched focus. But
Damn.
But my
still
boy
there.
DJ Greg, he's a radio DJ in Power 106 in LA.
Okay.
So he actually introduced me to Ableton. He's like,
Yeah.
try this first. I still haven't done it, but yeah. But anyways,
That's cool.
back to you, bro. Enough about me. People have heard enough
real.
about me and Jesus and Pao.
They're not here for us.
They're not here for us. They're here for you. You're
I'm
on
here
the
for
main
you guys.
stage right now, my boy.
Damn.
So Bolo, tell us a little bit about what you do, where you came from. You're from the Bay, right?
Kinda.
Okay.
I'm close to the Bay because I used to say I'm from the Bay, but then people from the Bay would be like, "Oh, where?" And I'd be like, "Oh, Napa Valley." So I grew up in Napa,
Okay.
and they'd get hella hot. They'd be like, "You're not from the
not from
Bay," and I'm like, hey, "You're right." So North Bay, NorCal, whatever you want to call it. I grew
Yeah.
up in Napa Valley. I got all my family out there. My family was all from Jalisco in Mexico.
Nice.
So I'm first gen out here. It was cool growing up there. And yeah, man, I got into DJing pretty early on. We always had this one family DJ who DJ all our parties, like quinceañeras, weddings, everything. His name was DJ Shaggy. He was cool. Shout out that guy. He actually passed away, unfortunately. But he noticed early on. I was always kind of like always hovering over him at the family parties, like just intrigued. And he caught on. He was just like, hey, so like I see you're into it. Whatever. Do you want to kind of like shadow under me? And I was like, dude, hell yeah. So he started bringing me out to his gigs. And he was doing like a lot of weddings and stuff. And so that was cool. He let me practice in his house.
How old were you?
I had to be like maybe 14 or
Okay,
so.
very young.
Yeah. So it was early, maybe like what, high school, early high school?
yeah,
Yeah. So I was doing that and I was like, yeah, I want to be a mobile DJ, like a wedding, quinceañera DJ. I thought it was hella sick. And then I remember I would shadow him for a while. At first, he kind of just had me like doing all the grunt work, like moving the speakers and wrapping cables and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And then I remember one time we had this one quinceañera and he told me that day, he's like, yo, by the way, one of my, I had to borrow my buddy's CDJ, like his vinyl player, because his broke, but he's telling me that this one has problems, so like just keep an eye out. I was like, all right, whatever. So we're doing the quinceañera, and then he brings his girl to the quinceañera, and then he's like, yo, I'm gonna go dance. Do you want to hold it down? And this was like me getting my first shot, like to play in front of a crowd, and I was like, dude, hell yeah, I'm ready, I got this. And so I get up there, I'm like 1-2 songs in, and things are going hella smooth. Next thing you know, like this deck that he told me had problems, it just stops. And I'm like, damn. And I was hella traumatized. I'm freaking out, my first time ever, like, going through this. And then some drunk ass dude in the back, he's just like, hey, saquen ese niño de aquí, que cabrón. And I'm over here like traumatized, like, damn. And this dude comes running back. He's like, what happened? I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, this shit just stopped. And he's like, no, this shit just doesn't stop. I'm like, bro, I don't know. And then he jumped on and I was scarred. And after that day, I was like, bro, this DJing shit ain't for me. Like, I'm good.
That hurt.
I know.
Yeah.
Damn, it's like all
Luckily,
your dreams just shattered right in front of you.
to this day, that's my biggest enemy right there is that one drunk guy in the back.
Yeah.
You should come out
Because-
with merch. Saquen ese niño de aquí.
I know, huh?
I'm all
felt-
about business plans. I will sign later.
Yeah, we'll split it, right?
Yeah.
50-50. That's when I was like, you know what, this DJ shit ain't for me. So I kind of like fell off of it. Plus I had just started high school and I was like, trying to do high school and all that. But it wasn't until college where I joined a fraternity. That was a cool experience. And I was always on aux for all our parties. And I knew other people at our school who were DJs. And so I kind of was like, dude, I'm already running all the music for these parties. Let me just like learn how to like actually DJ. So then one of my boys, he gave me his old mixer, which was really cool. Shout out him. And then I kind of slowly started picking it up. It was cool because at the school I went to, which was Sonoma State, people weren't really no one was really DJing like hip hop and like Latin shit. It was all like house music because that's what was popping at the time. And I got a lot of love for like EDM and house music and all that. But I kind of saw like there was a need for the other shit, And And so I kind of leaned a little bit more into that, and it was cool because I started getting booked out by like other sororities, fraternities at school. Started booking me like once I turned 21, all the local bars and stuff. And yeah, obviously I knew how to do like all the electronic stuff, but I was kind of leaning a little bit more into this kind of more open format stuff. And then I actually ended up starting an event group with a bunch of my boys called Body Language Productions, and we were just like working with all the local bars, and like there wasn't really clubs, there wasn't much of a scene there, but we were kind of trying to make it happen, you know, and trying to see what we could do. And things were going so well. Like we were doing a bunch of events, we were making a name for ourselves. The school even like recognized us, they'd book us. And then COVID happened, and then it just like
all went downhill for everybody. Yeah,
downhill for everybody.
Yeah, and especially for you guys, because I mean, you guys live off of public events.
Yeah.
But then again, I mean, I know we'll get into the whole like TikTok scene and what that did for you, because I know that's how like Romy got. Speaking of Romy, that's how he got. Like, he blew up a lot, and a lot of like Chan did that too, where they started like DJing on TikTok because well, we were just bored as fuck, and we started seeing all these lives. DJ Greg too.
Everybody.
Yeah, so it's wild to me. I mean, to me, the internet. So I know we talked about a little bit about our hate for TikTok earlier.
Yeah.
But it's just that platform itself just does so much for so many people.
Dude,
where
it
if
does.
you, I mean, you hit it in the right spot. Pause. It's like,
Pause.
yeah, like it will do wonders for you.
Yeah.
I think it's nothing compares to TikTok. Like
No,
you can like Instagram, any other platform, but if you make
For
it on
creators,
TikTok, for
whatever.
creators, if you make it on TikTok, then, and if you make it on TikTok, y le sigues, you know,
Yeah,
because
you
it's
got
one thing
to.
getting one viral video and
Yeah.
then you stop. But I mean, y tú le seguiste, and I feel like that's where a lot of your success. I feel
For
like
sure.
you know, I like
No, for
we
sure.
all creeped on your Instagram
Yeah.
and your TikTok.
You guys did the stalking?
Yeah, we did. We had to. We did our
Got
due
to.
diligence,
Due
you know.
diligence.
And then that's, I feel like for a lot of creators and a lot of people in your industry, that's
Yeah.
where it popped off for a lot of you guys, and you were able to make a name for yourself.
Yep.
Yeah.
How did you feel though? Like I'm sure obviously your initial thought wasn't like, oh, it's okay, I'll just go on TikTok, you know? Like
Yeah.
I'm sure there was like a time where you were like, fuck. Like how did you feel and how did you navigate that at the beginning?
Dude, I was against TikTok for a while because I was like, oh, it's like whatever, like dancing videos, like all this. And I was like leaning fully into Instagram because at 2020, like when so school ended and then I moved to San Diego, I was like, you know, I got like everything's good over here. Like school ended. I lost my job at the time. Like, let me just take the leap of faith, move to San Diego.
Okay.
Now here I was just like hungry, like to network with anybody, DJ any events. And then, so I started posting mixes on YouTube. YouTube was my first, like, you know, trying to explore with that. And that did pretty good. I was doing like monthly mixes. I was all over the place when it came to like genres. It took me a while to like really hone in on.
Were you posting shorts or are you posting long format?
No, like long mixes, like 30 to like an hour.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
And
an
then-
actual set.
Yeah.
That's
Were
crazy.
those the ones that the scenic ones? Because I saw you
saw
have some
that?
scenic
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
Like where like they're in the beach or like in
Yeah.
the hills or something.
I be doing whatever, bro. Just whatever.
Whatever
I could.
works.
I'm always down to learn, you know, like I'll test something, see how it goes. But I was against TikTok for the longest time. Not against it, but I just didn't really like consider it. And then honestly, it wasn't until like this year, we can kind of jump a little bit forward, but like it wasn't until earlier this year where I feel like I started kind of catching a groove on TikTok, where realizing like what worked. And it was really like locking in on an audience, which was like Latino EDM, you know, Latino ravers. So I guess before I get there, let me jump back to when I moved to San Diego. So I was taking on any gigs, bro. I was doing like little like Latin bars out here in Chula Vista, and like just doing anything I could. Anyone who'd give me a shot, I'm like, dude, get me on stage. I remember Toro down in Gaslamp.
Yeah.
They'd give me Tuesday nights. I was doing every Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. It was dead as hell, bro. There'd be like 3 people in there. But I was like, yo, I'm down to do it, you know?
Yeah.
Exposure.
Exactly. And then one thing I really learned over the past few years is like, cause I was doing a lot of like open format clubs, hip hop clubs, Latin clubs, is that for those clubs, like people are there to kind of flex, you know, spend money, pop bottles, like try to land chicks, you know what it is. It's all good, you know, that's a whole thing. But no one was really there for the music. Like the music, you're playing the same playlist every single time. When you go, you hear the same songs every single time, top 40 type stuff, you know? And then I was like, dude, I really got a lot of love for EDM because in 2017, when I was in college, is when I first started raving.
Okay.
And then so I went to my first festival that actually changed my life because I saw DJs up on stage, like they're considered artists, you know? Like, so that's when it really opened my eyes. And then that's when I kind of, around this time, a couple years back, I was like, dude, honestly, I want to do something where people were there for the music, not just there to, you know, pop bottles. People still do that, don't get me wrong. But I know for more like dance music clubs, people were there because they want to cry when they hear their favorite song, you know?
Yeah. It's a different environment.
Yeah.
It definitely
Exactly.
is a different
They
environment.
go for the DJs too.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so that really intrigued me. And so for a while, it was kind of tough because I kind of like started turning down all the clubs that by this time, like I was getting booked like pretty regularly, fortunately, you know, gracias a Dios. But I kind of had to like take a step back and be like, hey, you know what? I kind of want to lean into this. So there was a short period where it was rough because I was kind of trying to do like a whole rebrand and like hone in on this sound. But it did end up paying off. It was slow at first. And, you know, for a while, you're kind of like, yo, is this really, like, what am I doing here? Because it was always like a side thing for a while. Like I told you guys, I was working a full-time job up until like earlier this year. And then earlier this year, when I really truly can credit TikTok for like a lot of the growth I've seen this year. And it's because I really just started like calling out a specific audience. I was like, yo, Latino ravers, tap in. I'm going to be at this festival playing this set time, like pull up. And then I think I had like my first big viral clip earlier this year when I was just like, hey, calling all Latino ravers, I'm going to be at Beyond Wonderland, this time to this time, pull up. And it was cool. I don't remember how many views it got. I got like maybe like 150,000 views or something, whatever. But it was cool. And we were like, oh, it just popped off, like whatever. And then we got to Beyond and we're like walking around the festival, just kind of like exploring. And we get stopped and recognized by like 2 or 3 groups. And we're like, what the hell? Like, what's going on right now? And then sure enough, they were like, oh yeah, we were telling all our friends to go to your set. Like, it's going to be crazy. And I was like shook. I was like, damn, I never really got stopped, like recognized like that. And then sure enough, we go to the set and then we get there and it's kind of like whatever. The room is like whatever. And then by the time our set starts, like thousands of people just come like flooding in. That's and we're crazy. Like, oh shit. And then the entire time, like literally the entire time, we had a few thousand people there and everybody was just jamming, having a good time. And then my set ended and I went down there to kind of like shake some hands and, you know, like say what's up to all the homies for coming out. And then the room just like cleared out. I felt kind of bad for the next DJ because I was like, damn, my bad.
Damn.
But that's
cool.
Damn.
I mean, cool for you.
Yeah.
You know, of course you feel bad for the next one, but like I'm sure for you it was still one of those moments. That you
Dude,
were
it
like,
was so
damn,
surreal.
That's awesome.
So then back to your question about TikTok, like yeah, TikTok. I gotta shout out TikTok for a lot of my success this year because that shit changed my life low key.
Yeah,
this year's been crazy.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's a super bittersweet like relationship, at least that I have with TikTok.
Yeah,
because it does bring a lot of like brand awareness, and once you find your niche and you kind of just start hitting it hard, it can work like it can work miracles for you. Honestly, I mean, it can change people's lives, obviously. But it's just finding your algorithm and finding that it's hard. You know?
I think that the really huge benefit that you, along with a lot of DJs, have on TikTok is that you can post something and you can kind of post the same thing again, and that's what TikTok is looking for, like that's for you to be able to continue what went viral, right? So if like we always talk about this video that Mario posted one day at Coachella, he like put a Pepto on his tongue and he like he like stuck it on. He's like, it's Pepto, and it went viral.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I put like doing festivals after 30.
Yeah.
And like, it just went crazy. But like
how do you continue that?
Like,
you know, it's not something that you can really keep doing. And I feel like for DJs, like you could continue that same like that's Latino true. EDM tap in, or you know, just kind of hitting that niche.
Yeah.
So that's really good though. I'm glad
actually
it
have
worked
ideas.
in your favor.
We could probably continue that trend.
He said next time it's
he's got it. He's got it.
I actually wanted to bring something up before I forget, because I'm gonna forget. You said you came down from San Fran when, like 2020?
2020, I moved down here. Yeah.
Were you always a Padres fan, or did you become a Padres
fan? I was
fan?
thinking that too.
That's a valid question.
Like, surprised you're not wearing a Giants hat.
You know what? I did grow up kind of as a Giants fan. I will say I grew up with a single mom. It was me, my mom, and I have a younger sister. I have 2 now, but at the time growing up, it was 1 sister. So we obviously weren't doing like a lot of sporting stuff. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really grow up with like a dad. So I only went with like what my homies were repping, and they were all repping the Giants. So for a while, I was like repping the Giants, still to this day. Except a couple months ago, it was the Giants versus Padres, and I was like so torn. I'm like, damn, do I wear the Giants hat or the Padres hat? But I do have to say, I wore the Padres hat because I was like,
there we go.
True fan.
It's been cool, man. The Padres, they're looking good this season. I feel guilty sometimes, but
it's like a toxic girlfriend.
I know.
Yeah, right?
We can't jinx it though. We can't talk about it.
We did great. We did great.
We're doing great.
We're going to the World Series.
We're going all the way.
But I do want to circle back to what you were. Did you have a question?
No.
I do want to circle back to what you were saying. Is I know I had seen that you grew up with a single mom, but I saw that you kind of took a step back too because you were taking care of your sister.
Dude, it's kind of crazy. I mean, yeah, it was me, my mom, my sister, and it was definitely. I'm blessed to be where I'm at today, and I got a lot left for my mom because she had me when she was hella young. She was 16 when she got pregnant, and then by the time she was 17, she had me. So she had just moved to the States, and she was like, still trying to figure out how to speak English first of all.
Wow.
Still figuring out life, you know what I'm saying? Like,
did she move straight to the Bay?
So before I get in trouble, it wasn't the Bay, it was Napa.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
But yeah, we already had family over here, and so it was easy for her to like move over here. She took care of like her citizenship and all that really, really early. And then I was me and her, and I grew up with my dad for like the first few years of my life. I think up till maybe I was like maybe 9 or 10, but he was always like kind of in and out of the picture, and I didn't really know where it stood. And then he kind of finally moved back, and then we had my sister, but then that's when they kind of called it wraps. So it wasn't really working. So he left, and at that time, my mom was like, she was out grinding. So it was just me and my sister for the longest time. And yeah, honestly, I can't complain about the way life was growing up. I feel like it makes you who you are today. But I got a lot of love for my mom, because now obviously me going through life, I'm like, damn, mom, you really did this shit? Like, that's crazy.
With
that
2
age,
kids.
yeah,
Two
that's
kids.
crazy.
And like not knowing a lot of English. I assume she like didn't know.
She's good
much
now.
of English.
Honestly,
What's your mom's name?
her name is Yesenia.
Shout out
And my
Yesenia.
sister's name is Paulina,
Oh,
actually.
really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the squad right there. But it was crazy because I just did a trip to Europe recently, and I brought my sister. It was like me, my girl, her family, and my sister. And so we had a couple like good moments, because we haven't been able to like hang out since I moved out when I was like 18. She was young at the time too. And then she kind of told me, she's like, yeah, once you left, like I kind of felt like I had nobody. I was like, damn, I got hella sad. I was like, that's crazy. Because once I left, like I was in school, and then I did school, and then I moved out here to San Diego, and I kind of just been like out on my own doing my thing. And honestly, my mom, my sisters, my family is like the biggest rock I have. Like they'll support to the day that I say I don't want to do something no more. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, my mom she's the GOAT. Since day one, she knew since hella early on I wanted to be a DJ, and she's been supporting. Like she's my number one. I remember, at the end of the year when they do Spotify Wrapped, my mom's always like number one fan. Bolo the DJ right there. I'm like, yeah, that's my mom right there.
that's super
And
nice.
now that you're traveling, are you visiting often?
Yeah, I try to when I can. It's kind of. I feel like I always could visit more, but I try to whenever I can route the dates. It works out. I'm excited because my mom actually has only visited out here to San Diego once, and I've been out here for like almost 5 years now. So I kind of gave her a hard time. I'm like, Mom, what's up? You've only been out here once. And she was like, all right, fine. Like, we'll come down for Thanksgiving. So she's coming for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
There you go.
I was about to tell you, bring her down for New Year's. We'll party with
Yeah.
her.
Oh,
yeah.
That's
hella
awesome.
funny.
That'll be fun to have them here for New Year's.
That's my
for Thanksgiving.
everything I do. Honestly, is for my mom, just to make her happy. And I feel like, that's what keeps me excited, keeps me going.
Yeah. I think all of us are like matriarchs and patriarchs. It's like, especially coming from like such a strong bond, and I can imagine like growing up, it was tough for you, especially when you saw that split and you were kind of like torn, I mean, we don't have to dive deep into that. I know I don't want to open up wounds and stuff.
No,
but I know.
no, I'm just kidding.
That's what the beer's for.
Yeah, right.
What did I go to get myself into?
I'm like, damn, that tequila was working.
But I can have empathy for you as far as like being torn to like what to do and how to feel and like. And my props to you, bro, because you actually had your Vive con Huevos moment, because I was reading up that you left to come to San Diego. You were kind of like down in the dumps because I had applied to universities here.
I did.
And you didn't get in, but you said, fuck it, I'm going.
Damn, this dude did his research over
Hey,
there.
hell yeah, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, I applied to pretty much like every school out here. So I'm really cool with my primos. I got a big family, and obviously it's just my mom's side. Like I'm not too tapped in with my father's side, but when my mom got hella primos over there, I got like 8 tias, and we got like, I don't even know, like 40, 50 primos, and we're all,
Your wedding's about to be lit, bro.
I know, huh?
Oh, shit.
That's so funny. But yeah, one of my cousins went to school out here in San Diego, and we visited her one time when I was younger, and I was like, dude, San Diego is the shit. And so when I was applying for colleges, I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me apply. I applied to every single school out here in San Diego, like, and I didn't get into a single one of them. So then I kind of was like, all right, well, let me just do school over here. And then as soon as the pandemic happened, like I said, I had no ties back to where I was at. Yeah. Except for family. That's the one thing where I still had family over there. But I was like, let me just take this leap of faith, my Vive con Huevos moment, and jumped out here to San Diego, kind of see what's good out here, and started, networking and trying to see what we can make happen out here. And it's been a blessing to be out here for sure.
That's great, man.
Do you plan on staying down here?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom will kind of ask me too, like, all right, what's the move? I'm like, dude, I'm kind of posted out here.
Yeah.
I love it here.
It's nice out here.
It's a good place to be.
Well, Napa, what do you guys get? You guys get like both extremes, huh? It's either hot as hell or like cold as hell, no?
It gets cold. It gets cold up there. But honestly, like it's big on wine. That's like the wine country right there. And actually, when I went to school at Sonoma State, they had a good ass wine program. So I remember I went in. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do program.
Huh? It's like sommelier program?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. They're like one of the only schools like in the region that had a program. So I went in, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a wine business major, and I committed to that. And then like first year in, I was like, I really don't give a shit about wine.
Like I don't give a shit about the grape, the weather, the notes.
You know what? That's so crazy to me because Paulina has the craziest palate, bro. She would like pick up on different type of notes, and I'll be like, "This should just taste the same to me." I don't know what the fuck you're talking
grape
about.
juice.
Yeah, it's just
me
it doesn't even taste like grapes. It's just straight up alcohol. Me quema, güey, no sé. And then she'd be like, "No, like you can taste like the fruit, even with not just wine, but just in general.
Yeah,
like
everything.
her palate is crazy. No sé si me quemé la boca or like I just smoked too many cigarettes and I partied in TJ or what the hell the problem is.
I think you just maybe chug too fast.
Yeah, you know what? I really do. Yeah, I
She's
have.
out here like,
Yeah, I do.
is that oak right there? Oh my
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, I'm all drunk as fuck. I'm going on an adventure. Going back, did you? I know you said you got into that program, but was that your plan? Like, what did you want to be when you were younger?
Dude, actually growing up, I wanted to be an architect because I was doing like wood shop, metal shop. I did like an AutoCAD class, and I remember I did an internship my senior year of high school at an architecture firm, and I was like, this shit's boring as hell, bro. Like, I don't know if this is what I want to do for my life. I thought it was gonna be more like, because in high school I took the classes and it was like you design something, you draft it up, and then you build it. I was like, yeah, that's sick. And then I went to the architecture internship, and then like we designed all this stuff, and I'm like, yo, so when are we gonna build it? And they're like, oh, we don't build it, we just like
someone else.
Yeah, pass it on to those
concept,
guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I don't think it's for me. So I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I went into college like no serious plan. I ended up switching to marketing, so I switched out of the wine business program, switched to marketing, and I think it was like broad enough to where I could kind of like pivot whatever I want to do down the road, but it was also like focused enough to where I could learn how to, like how to sell, how to market, really.
Yeah.
That's a whole art right there.
It really is.
Shout out marketing.
Yeah. Paulina's a marketing major. Yeah.
I did the same thing. I was like, all right, it's wide enough to like be able to figure it out, and like I don't have to be one specific thing like that. Yeah.
No, it's cool.
You wanted to go into like public relations.
Yeah, because I majored in communications and minored in marketing because I went to SF State actually, so they don't have a marketing major. Really? You had to do like a business major with the minor in marketing. I did comm because I'm bad at math, so I was like, I can't do business.
Aren't we all bad at math?
But so that was kind of the same.
That's hella funny.
Yeah.
But yeah. Been out here the past few years, and I don't see myself. This year, I've been tapping in a lot more with LA, and LA's cool. I feel like LA's been one of like my best markets. Like audience wise, I feel like I got a lot of homies who are showing love out there. But I don't know if I can see myself moving to LA. Honestly, like
I think we're in the same boat.
Traffic,
even for the podcast,
because we have a lot of listeners and obviously a lot of people in the industry that are in LA.
Yeah.
So when we network, it's always like, I got to go to LA this weekend, I got to go to the IE or whatever it is. It's just like we always have to travel north. It's like, can you guys just come down? Like, it's beautiful here. This
is why we're interviewing people from San Diego to bring up San Diego and we're our own thing now.
Big facts. But it's one of those things where it's like, okay, maybe there is a lot more opportunity out there, but I just don't see myself living out there. Like, neither does Paulina. It's like, we love San Diego.
San Diego's a vibe, man.
Yeah. I was born and raised here. She left for a little bit. But when she came back, it's like we just don't see ourselves anywhere else. We pay a premium here for a reason.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and it's close enough to be able to go to.
It's kind of close, really honestly. I feel like I'm there like every other week, honestly. Also, I learned before I used to drive, but now there's a train. What's it called?
Amtrak.
Pacific. Yeah, Amtrak.
No, but there's a new one now, right? Or they're building a new one that has like no stops.
Or
maybe I misread something.
I think they want to make it, but they want to do it for the Olympics.
Oh, was it for that? Okay. Yeah, I do remember reading it somewhere. It was just going to be like no stops. Because the one now, the Amtrak, like
just stops.
Yeah, it's just like 10 million stops before you get to LA.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but I mean, it's
not bad.
Yeah. It just gets annoying like every 30 minutes. It's like, here's my ticket, dog.
I'm always oh shit, is this one I got to get off?
Yeah, I know. That's the same thing that happens to me. I'm like, wait, where am I? All lost. That would happen to me a lot in San Francisco when I would take like the Muni.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I think I was supposed to get off like 3 exits ago. Anyways, going back to like your DJing and stuff, what would you say, or like who's your biggest inspiration when you're creating songs?
Oh, that's a tough one. Honestly, I feel like one that I've had for a while is Diplo.
Okay.
Because Diplo, I feel like he kind of like he leaned into a sound which was at the time Moombahton. I feel like that's kind of what he made a big name off of. And then obviously after that he became fucking Diplo. Like he started bouncing around genres. He started different projects like Major Lazer, Jack U. So he's very talented, but he's not like, when you think of Diplo, you don't think of like one genre. He kind of like does it all. And I feel like eventually that's kind of what I want to do is really showcase that I do got a lot of love for a lot of genres, but
which you do showcase that a lot, because Pa Arriba is like a certain style. I was like looking it up right now. I was like, because I had forgotten the title, but I have this thing for like stutter house.
Oh yeah,
and your Sigo Extrañando has that like little stutter to it.
Yeah.
And the same thing happened with Romy, with Angel Boy. He has that same kind of stutter to it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like something like
just tickles your brain.
Yeah, it just tickles my brain the right way. Yeah. But I have seen that you have a lot of different. I saw some like rap in some of your music too.
Yeah. No, I'm always down to experiment with different sounds. Like I love I feel like new things excite me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always down to try new things. But I feel like I'm leaning into like the Latino dance music sound. So it's like not just Latin house, but lately what's really got my attention is techno, bro. I've been digging techno. I don't know how big you guys are into, raving and techno, but that's been my jam lately. I've been making a lot of tracks, sending out a lot of demos with some Latin techno, and I think it's going to be cool. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, I mean, we love it. I mean, honestly, I don't think, at least for me personally speaking, when it comes to the bubble or like I guess the umbrella of EDM, like I love different subgenres, I'm not just stuck to the one thing, like your sound, Romy's sound, Diplo, I mean, Rufus Du Sol, I mean, you name it. It's like, you see my Spotify playlist, it's like all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's some of the way my emotions work too. I'm all over the fucking place.
Yeah. He'll be like listening, like he listens to Pa Arriba a lot actually.
Really?
And when he told me like, oh, Bolo's coming, like I knew who you were, but I couldn't put a song to you. And he was like, Pa Arriba. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. But he also like, he'll listen to that, and then all of a sudden he's like listening to Rufus Du Sol, and I'm like depressed.
Yeah, crying.
Can we go back to Pa Arriba? Like I need some energy in this car.
One song he was like, hey.
Yeah. Sounds like, hey.
Yeah, that's literally how it is.
That's funny.
But yeah.
Just been exploring with the sound,
Yeah. Well, I think you have to. I think that's part of what makes you a good artist in general is playing with the different sounds or playing with different emotions. And I mean, I think you kind of get tired of the same like rhythm, you know? I don't know. At least speaking through like the podcast, whenever we do like interview style, or we do like our Tall Can Talks, or she has her show come out. Yeah. So our Tall Can Talks is
when we do that segment right there.
So that's the one where it's just literally just us three just shooting the shit.
Oh, gotcha.
With Tall
Yeah,
Cans.
with
It's
Tall
supposed
Cans,
to be
yeah.
with Tall Cans. It's kind of fizzled out.
Yeah, it's kind of fizzled out. And then Pao has her show Comadreando, where it's just all chisme. But we started incorporating these different things because I think it just kind of got stale at one moment. We just kind of got tired of the same kind of format. So like, let's just kind of mix it up. It's just a lot more fun for like the viewers, for ourselves too. Because it did get to a point where I was like, I don't know what to talk about anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say. Yeah.
That's fair.
Would you say that happens when you're like creating music too? Like you're kind of like, it's the dog.
Yeah, I told you she does.
She's got a problem with it. Honestly, I don't like. I work with this company right now, and they contract me, and I make a remix for them every single week.
Okay.
So I'm cranking out remixes.
That's cool.
And for a while, I was like only doing Latin house. So I'd take like a reggaeton song or something, or like a hip hop song, and I'll just turn it into like a Latin house vibe. And I'm doing it like every single week, and I'm just cranking these out. That after a while, I kind of was like, damn, this. Not that it doesn't excite me, but like when I get in front of the computer and then you're looking at like a blank screen, you're like, damn, like where do I even like what I want to do right now? And it wasn't until like I feel like this year I got really, really inspired by going to all these festivals and like listening to the sounds that other DJs are playing and like what's really popping right now in the scene. And I feel like it's been leaning into like techno, drum and bass is really big right now. Afro house is huge right now.
I fucking love Afro House.
Dude, Afro House
right now,
is my shit, bro.
Oh yeah. Don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me
I
started,
think
bro.
Afro House is the one you're really into right now.
Right now, like I know he does a lot of remixes. It's Ya Se Peda. I don't know if you've ever heard him before.
I don't know if I heard of him.
I'll play a little snip right now. But I've been on his Vibe for like quite some time.
Yeah.
But just Afro House in general, it just has like has that. I think it
vibe.
has that like good mix of like emotion, and I still want to party.
Yeah.
Yeah. it
Dude,
doesn't
I'll
have
play
me
a
crying.
little. I have a couple Afro House demos. I'll play one.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yes.
So this is the one I was talking about.
Just don't copyright us.
I know, huh?
Can you imagine?
Yeah, so I've been like on this artist for like I don't even know how long, but
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because we'll be like, Mario's always the DJ friend, so the guy that's like connected to the aux.
Yeah.
And we'll be somewhere and he'll like play this song and like nobody knows who the hell this
What's
is,
going
what the
on?
hell this is, but they're like, they
jammed.
love it. And at the
Yeah.
end, they're always like, oh, I'm gonna need that song, and he won't give it
It's
to
like, no, I'm
anybody.
gatekeeping
Yeah,
this
he
shit.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah.
He's
That's
gatekeeping
crazy.
it.
Yeah, I'll do like random like playlists and stuff for friends.
Yeah.
I did one for one of our old co-hosts. He's a really good friend, Raul. We did one for Coachella. He's
Oh,
like, I just
really?
need to know like more music.
Yeah.
And he was stuck on like Hugo
Oh, yeah.
and Clooney
Dude.
for a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hugo's cool. That dude is the GOAT. He kind of like pioneered Latin house,
Mm-hmm.
and then he just like switched to Afro house. So this song, I'll show a little sneak peek real quick. But this song is actually the same vocalist who does Pa Arriba.
Okay.
So we worked on that song together. The homie Daniel G invited me on that song, and it came out super sick. That's one of my favorite projects. But I got really cool with the vocalist on that because he's hella talented, and he sent me a few different like kind of like vocal demos he had, and I turned one into like an Afro house vibe. And then I'm really hoping I sent it to another homie who he's released on Hugel's label a few times. So I was like, yo, check this
That's
out, bro. And he fixed it up. He's like, yo, I have a meeting with Hugel like in the next couple of weeks. Like I'll show it to him.
Oh, I love
Shit.
that.
So this is it right here.
Manifesting
We'll ask him
this.
to not
Not
copyright.
copyright
Don't
us.
copyright my shit.
Watch this right here.
Ella le mete bellaco pa' que la gente se sorprenda. Playa en la entrada, alumbrando con su prenda. Yo soy una normal, que cargo lo mío normal. Me dice yo le llego, porque yo sé que tú andas suelta, suelta. Sabes que me pongo pa' la vuelta, vuelta. Solamente
Mario's new favorite song.
puesta, puesta. Que la noche larga y hoy se presta,
I won't play the full thing, but it's definitely a vibe.
No, play the whole now.
But hold on.
That's a really
No,
good
that's
song.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
No, I'm excited about that one.
There's something about like the echoes and like there's a certain beat. I obviously don't know what it is, but there's a certain beat and echo to an Afro house song.
Yeah.
That it just tickles my brain.
It does, yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's cool because it's like emotional, but like vibey, groovy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. Yeah, I've been experimenting a lot with my sound lately, kind of just seeing what's good. But I do feel like the people who've been showing love, and I'm very grateful. So it keeps me excited to try new stuff because, yeah, you know.
Well, you get a different audience too. People start
True.
knowing you a little bit more.
True.
You start, like you said. I mean, I like a lot of different genres. About tries to sometimes stick to some. Well, tends to stick to some. And I don't know about Jesus really, as far as like the EDM scene. But I know like you'll get the people from like different subgenres, right? It's
Yeah.
like this dude is sick because he has this, but he's also like multi-talented or multiverse. You know, with everything that you're doing.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing to do as an artist.
Yeah.
I feel like the challenge is like showcasing your different styles, but
Yeah.
also making it like
Still-
feel like one.
Yeah, like
cohesive,
still
you know?
your voice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Or your sound.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what
Like people recognizing that it's you
Exactly.
through all of them.
Yeah, but it's still crazy to me. Like I know we've said this a lot with some of the DJs and producers that we've had on, but just seeing the process from like beginning to end. I have two really good friends of mine, Jesus the Punk and Currents, that I'll go with them while they're producing music, and like seeing like the blank page and then them actually like making the songs. Like, how the fuck did you just do that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is really intriguing to me too. Or like I'll even watch TikToks of people that are like, all right, let's see what we can do. And then they just start like pressing buttons, doing
Yeah.
things. I'm like, it actually sounds really good. How'd you come up with that?
That's
like
hella
I
funny.
could never.
Yeah,
But I
Jesus
think
started
it's cool.
experimenting like, for a while too.
Let's hear
using
your
random
demo.
noises. No, I have them there. I just haven't taken them
Yeah,
out.
we
I'm telling you,
You're gonna have to send them to
Yeah.
him.
it's like
That's
Porter Robertson style, like that.
That's
like
cool, though.
like the voice, like the anime girl,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I did see that you did that too with I think I swear it was you. There was like a chango making noise. Was that you that made a remix on
wow. Yeah. Dude, that video was from like 2020, maybe
that?
2019.
You just found a small clip and you made a whole ass song out of it, like different
that's
beats
so
out of it.
funny. Yeah, I did do that. That was actually my first TikTok ever.
Really?
That was the first TikTok I ever posted. There was like a viral video of this like monkey just like making like siren sounds, and I like reacted to it, and then I was like, oh, let me see what we could do with it, and I just turned into like some like trap beat or something like that. That was my first
I'm gonna
TikTok
put
ever.
in. I'm gonna put in the
That's
video.
Yeah, throw it in right here.
Yeah,
That's
throw
so
it in.
funny.
That is funny. Would you say your favorite either festival or performance or anywhere that you've like performed before? Like, what was your favorite one or top
so far?
So far.
Dude, I don't know. This year has been crazy. But I feel like what's up there for me right now is Hard Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Hard Summer was actually the first like rave festival that I ever went to. And it was in like 2017 maybe? 2018. And then to like have a full circle moment where they hit me up to come do, and it was an art card. So like this year I've been doing a lot of like the smaller stages, the art cards, and I'm grateful to get that opportunity because then I kind of see it as like a foot in the door.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
And I'm trying to,
100%.
deliver on my end by like, bringing the crowd, bringing the music, bringing the vibes. And that one was cool because same thing. Honestly, you were talking about like when you get something that works as a TikTok that goes viral, like you kind of replicate it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I've been leaning into. So like that first TikTok I did that went viral, which was like calling all Latino ravers, I'm gonna be at this festival. I've done that for every single festival. And most festivals, it kind of pops off the same. Hard Summer is the one that popped off the most. I was like, yo, calling all Latino ravers that are gonna be at Hard Summer, pull up to my set. This is your invite. We're turning up. We're getting lit. And I think that video got like, I don't even know, like 250,000 views.
Yeah.
So nothing like crazy like millions or nothing, but
That's
it's
still
cool.
something.
Yeah,
that's still
Imagine
something, yeah.
250,000 people
Exactly.
in front of you,
And everyone's like tagging their friends, like, yo, we got to pull up to this set, like whatever. And then that was cool. We played the set. We had a good ass crowd. Like it was an hour and a half long set.
Oh, wow.
And there was like some like legends playing. I was playing around that same time. Like Clooney was playing. I think like, I don't remember who else, but like some big ass DJs were playing. And we had a solid crowd the whole time. I'm like,
That's
damn.
awesome.
And then I always like to, after my sets, I like to go down and like, just like shake hands, meet people, just make new homies. That's what gets me excited is just like meeting new homies,
Well, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, well, you're here theoretically because of the people who, they're listening to your
100%.
shit, it's like,
Give
it's
back
kind of
a
that
little.
give back moment.
Exactly.
It was like, thank you guys for listening
Exactly.
and tuning in. Because for some way or weird reason, like you manifesting being on that stage was, through them listening and tuning in
100%.
and finding your way into their algorithm.
Exactly.
So that's crazy.
To me, it's like you could be at any other set right now,
Yeah.
all these big ass stages, but you're with me at this art card right now. So like, I'm just grateful,
Yeah.
So I like to go down, shake hands, meet new people. And that was the most surreal one because like I've had people who've been like come up like, oh, can we take a picture? Like, what's up? But that one was crazy. You can ask this fool behind the camera over here. He was
have
out
a
here
live
like holding
audience.
people back, like, hey, one at a time. He wrote Bolo security on his
I was
shirt.
going to say, is he your security guard?
Yeah.
Hey, we can both do it. We can all three of us
I
do
know,
it,
for
right?
real.
And we got a social media marketer right here. Hey,
Got
we got
you.
a
I'll take
full
all the
ass team.
videos.
I'm just saying,
That's
just ideas are
crazy.
sparking right now, bro.
That's so funny. I remember I was like, after my set, I was like, yo, I want to go catch Clooney before he gets out
Yeah.
because he only had like 30 more minutes. Bro, we didn't catch a lick of his shit because we were trying to walk over and we got stopped like every 5 seconds.
That's
I mean, that's
dope.
still cool,
Yeah.
though.
It
Like,
was so-
I'm
it
sure
was
that
so
made the
cool.
experience
It was
much
so
better.
surreal. I was like, my girl didn't come to that one, but I was like, babe, you're never gonna believe what happened. She was like, yeah, fucking right. I'm like, no, I swear.
Has it gotten to the point where people start like singing your lyrics through when you're on set?
Yeah, people. I mean, I don't know about lyrics, but like, I'm really big on remixes because I'm telling you, like, I'm cranking out remixes regularly, and so people will always ask for like a specific song. I remember there's like, I did a track with Red Bull earlier this year. They dropped a new flavor, and they're like, hey, we want a soundtrack for
Oh,
this.
that's really
fucking
cool.
sick. It was
Yeah.
It was cool. So they hit me up. I did like 2 songs for them, and then they pretty much just dropped them, and they were like out in the world. And I was like, damn, I had no idea that when they were gonna drop. They just dropped them, put them out there, used them for like one TikTok. So I kind of just like, I didn't really promote it on my end. Like, oh, I announced it, like, hey, I did this with Red Bull, but I didn't really like push them as like songs. And I think they had less than maybe like a couple thousand streams. I don't even know, but like, you got to dig for those, you know what I'm saying? And at Hard Summer, I remember someone like requested that song from that Red Bull soundtrack, and I was like, that's crazy, you know that song. Or like, I had a remix I dropped in like 2019, 2020, and someone requested that fucking remix on their phone in the crowd. And it just blows my mind because I'm like, damn, these fools are really like out here.
They're diehard
That's
fans
cool
right
that
there.
they're
Yeah.
like holding up the phone, though, like
Yeah.
requesting it.
It's
Jesus is
crazy.
gonna be out there requesting the monkey one.
Monkey Remix 2017.
That's so funny. But yeah, honestly, I'm so grateful for the support we've seen this year, and it's just motivating, you know? It's exciting.
Have you gotten your family out to go see you during the set?
Dude, so actually, yeah, earlier this year, I played in San Francisco, and it was one of my primo's birthday, and it's close enough to home to where
Yeah.
I was like, yo, you guys got to come through.
Would you play Outside Lands?
I played Outside Land, so I was about to get to that one too. This was like a smaller club.
Okay.
It was called Temple in SF. You been there?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. Temple was cool, and all my primos, they got to see me. Because, dude, they had only seen me doing like you know, quinceañeras and stuff
Yeah.
and like all that. So it was cool for them to see that. But then my mom had never seen me play really until Outside Lands. And then I had an extra guest list spot, and I was like, yo, I'm bringing my mom.
Yeah.
And the liaison we had that day was hella cool, 'cause she had like just a GA ticket or wristband. And we had like a green room, and they were very like selective about who they let back there. But I told the lady, I was like, yo, my mom is here. Like, how can I get her back here? And she got me a whole artist wristband for my mom.
That's
so she got like
nice.
Cool.
the whole VIP experience. She got like artist meals and stuff like that. And she was like blown away. She was like, I had butterflies in my stomach the whole day.
Oh.
That was cool. Outside Lands was a good one.
So that's the first time she ever saw you perform? Like outside of
Yeah, I mean,
quinceañeras?
I feel like, yeah, like really pushing my sound, like one of my full like Bolo sets, like, you know, like EDM, Latin, all that. That was her first time seeing me do that.
Wow, that must have
Yeah.
been so exciting for her.
Yeah.
Like, so exciting for her.
That's actually that's
crazy.
actually really cool to see.
Yeah. Have your sisters ever?
No, my sister was there too.
Oh, okay.
But she's not even 21 yet, so like
okay.
she can't make it to no clubs or nothing.
Yeah.
So that was actually her first time ever seeing me play, I think. So I asked her, I was like, hey, did you have a good time? And she was like, yeah. I can never read her. She's always like, you know what I'm saying?
How old is she?
She's 18
Yeah,
now.
Oh,
you can
okay,
never read
yeah.
the
Yeah,
18-year-olds.
you know what I'm saying?
So
I
did
think
you
the
have a
next
good
step
time?
is inviting that guy that called you out at that
Dude,
one
fuck that
at that
guy,
one party.
bro. Just
your
know
real-
I could have been. I
The
probably could
final
have been.
boss.
That's the final boss.
For real. Then
That's
at
so
the end, you'd be like,
funny.
"Sacan ese way,"
Dude,
and then they could kick him out.
that shit scarred me, bro. I could have probably been way further along in my DJ career if that guy didn't fucking yell that shit.
It just be like putting yourself in that position, like you're like fuck, and then you're like you already know it's getting like it's fucking up, and you hear somebody say "Sacan
I
ese
know.
way."
Yeah, no,
Like, I'm
that's
already
stressing
stressing.
your
Yeah,
throat,
I would have cried.
Yeah, seriously.
fucking cried.
I don't blame you for not wanting to DJ after that. either,
Dude,
but it's
14
okay.
years old, someone just yelling
That's
at me.
crazy.
I'm like,
I do want to go back to that though. So what? How long was the trajectory from like that to like you're like you know what? Let's fucking continue.
again.
Yeah, let's try this shit again.
honestly, it was a while, bro, because I was doing it for like a little bit, and like I said, I was shadowing him. But I swear to God, that was like the last straw. I was like, yeah.
Did he? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Did he say anything after that, like to you? Like, did he give
No,
you a pep
but-
talk, or he's like, "Sí, sáquenlo."
No, I'll tell you this though. That same night, I was like, yeah, I'm not touching the DJ decks no more. And then the DJ Shaggy, he came on, he was DJing, and then the decks cut off on him too.
Uh-oh.
Like they stopped on him, and I was like, yeah, you see, I
see?
told you, bro.
Yeah.
And dude, that same dude yells again.
His name was Shaggy.
The DJ's
DJ.
name.
You should be like,
The
"It
DJ.
wasn't me."
That's so funny. That's good. That's good. Damn. Nah, but that fucking dude yelled again, and he was like, hey.
Oh shit.
Oh, so he was just hating.
He was
like,
a heckler, man.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, I told you guys to get him out of here. And I was like, fuck you, that wasn't even me. I'm out here forcing. But I swear after that, I didn't even like touch a DJ deck for a while. And then it wasn't until I got to college. So it had to be like, maybe like 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
Oh shit.
Because I might have been like a freshman, like second semester freshman of college, where I finally was like, yo, this is, or no, I think it was my sophomore year. I think it was early sophomore year, where I was like, dude, I'm already on aux every single time for these parties. Let me just
Yeah.
like learn how to DJ. And I have like videos on my phone where it was just like me DJing. Like I used to live in a garage when I was in college. I rented out the garage because it was cheaper, but it was a 3-car garage and it was carpeted. So I was chilling in there. You know, we had snails every once in a while, but it was all
Songs are
good.
not rats,
It's
you
all
know.
good.
No rats. We didn't have no rats. But yeah, I'd just be practicing there every single day. And
You used to have those videos.
I do have videos. Yeah,
That's nice.
I'll send some to you guys. Where it's just like me DJing, and there's just like some of my fraternity brothers just in there like, yeah. And I'm just like, don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just like,
Just turning random knobs.
yeah, for real.
Were
So
you
it took a
using
while.
Bolo the DJ then?
No, I wasn't. I was actually rocking a different DJ name.
Or
It kind of,
Ned?
it was Ned.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Who the fuck
I was
let me
gonna
rock
ask
that
you
name
that,
for
right? I was
so
like, when
long,
did it transfer?
bro?
When did it go from Ned to Bolo?
You know what it was though? To be honest, I don't know why I rocked that DJ name for so long. I wish somebody would have told me sooner. Like, yo, that's just not it, bro. But everyone used to call me Ed because my real name's Edgar.
Yeah.
And so they used to call me Ed. And then I had like a couple homies who would just call me like Ned, just for whatever reason. And then so when I started DJing, I was like, yeah, I kind of need like a name. I was gonna be fucking DJ Edgar.
Yeah.
Like, come on. So I was like, fuck it, I'm Ned.
Get my cut.
Dude, dead ass.
That was before the He Came My Cut too. The original.
That was before.
Yeah, the original
Before the
Edgar.
Edgar cut. Yeah, I tell my mom, like, Mom, do you really have to name me Edgar? Like, come on. Out of all the names out there.
That's funny because we were talking about it. Paulina and I were talking about the interview before you got here, and I was like, should I bring up like the Edgar thing? Like, how do you feel?
Like, nah, don't bring it up, bro.
And she's like, nah, bro. She's like, don't do that to him.
It's funny because my mom doesn't get it. Like, I'll kind of give her a hard time. Like, Mom, why did you name me Edgar? And she's like, what? Like, it's a good name. I'm like, Mom, you don't know.
Get it. I'm a meme.
No que my
I'm a meme. Well, it's like all everyone named Karens now.
Yeah.
That's
funny.
Ed,
So
Ned.
it went from Ned to Bolo, or did you have
So I was
anything
rocking Ned for the longest time. Like, I don't even know what I was doing, bro. Like, I was just discovering who I was as a DJ, you know? And
When I think of Ned, I think of like a dorky white guy.
yeah, that's what the
Flanders.
fuck
Yeah.
I was, bro. And then, it was Ned with 2 D's, right?
Yeah.
So everyone was like, are you like a big Zed fan?
Oh, I
And
didn't
I'm
even-
like,
that
honestly,
didn't
I was
even
like,
click.
not really. Like, I don't even listen to that fool. I don't know why. But it wasn't until I moved to San Diego. And out here in San Diego for a little bit, I was still rocking Ned. And then I always was like, dude, I want to switch my DJ name. But I was like nervous to do it. But then I was like, fuck it, bro. Like, I'm just going to switch my DJ name and like just see what happens. And I feel like as soon as I switched it, everything just kind of clicked. Like,
Yeah.
it just made sense.
You needed that
Yeah.
missing puzzle piece. So why Bolo? And like, did you know that's what you wanted to change it to?
Yeah, because Bolo is actually a family nickname I've had since I was like growing up. The full nickname was Boloncho. One of my madrinas called me Boloncho because I was a little gordito kid.
Really?
Yeah, I was a big ass kid.
You
Nah,
Yeah, no, you
You
can't tell.
can't tell, no.
Nah, I
You
was,
gotta tell
I
me your
was-
secrets, bro.
I have to cut that out, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding.
It's pay only.
No, I was a big kid, so she called me Boloncho, and then all my primos would call me Bolo for short.
Yeah.
And then when I got to college, I didn't really like rock with that nickname because it just meant like I was a big kid.
Yeah.
And in college is kind of when I kind of like lost a lot of weight. It was funny, dude, because when I was in college, I lost a lot of weight. Like I went from like 270 pounds to like 180.
Oh, shit.
Was the lowest I ever
You
weighed.
dropped the whole ass person.
Yeah.
And like my primos and my tias, I swear they were concerned. They were
Yeah.
like, "Yo, mijo, like, are you okay? Like, are you
Lay off the Ozempic, dog.
She was like, are you messing with any
Messing-
vitamins or anything?" And I was like, "No, I swear I'm good." And I don't know. I just like since then I put on a few pounds because of these dudes right here. But
That's hard. It's hard to kick that
Yeah.
curve, bro.
But then yeah, so I was like, yo, Bolo just made sense. Like it's already, I feel like I'm connected to the name. Like it's a family nickname.
It's catchy.
It's
Yeah,
catchy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't commit to that in college. I didn't know what I was doing. I was just
It's okay.
You
we
found
all,
it at the
Yeah.
right
We all
moment.
gotta, exactly.
everything happens for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I learned since then. Everyone's like, oh, what does Bolo mean? Is it because of this, because of that? Bolo means a lot of different things in like a bunch of different
Well,
languages.
it's funny. I was gonna bring that up because in El Salvador,
Yeah.
it's in some parts of El Salvador, it's slang for like drunk.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or like a wino. It's like, oh, es un bolo.
That's
It's
crazy.
like, oh, he's a little wino, or oh, estoy bolo. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that one.
Yeah. Add it to your
Bolo
list.
means everything. Be on the lookout was the first one.
Really?
You know Bolo, like when police issue a Bolo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You
shit! I
remember
never
Be
even.
on oh wow.
that? Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I
didn't,
didn't. Yeah.
They're like, oh, we got a Bolo for a whatever bald guy. Whatever I'm saying.
Yeah.
Be on the lookout for the DJ.
Be on the lookout for
Yeah.
the DJ. Damn.
And then it was like, oh, do you always wear a bolo tie when you DJ? I'm like, nah. Or
You
it's
should,
like, bolo in Portuguese means cake.
Okay.
Bolo, I think in Tongan or some like native island means bald.
Isn't it like the thing they do at the quinceañeras too, the bolo?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. The
I
bolo.
got that before.
You should
'Cause
just start throwing coin at everybody at your shows.
Dude, lately in my past couple shows, what I've been doing is I'll bring merch and I'll like throw merch out. And then this dude, the homie Chancho right here behind camera, this fool, he had the idea like, bro, you should throw out fucking Mexican paletas for your next set.
Oh, that would be pretty dope.
Yeah.
So for Hard Summer, he
Yeah.
bought like a bag of paletas and we were just like throwing them out there. Probably hit a couple people in the face.
Yeah,
but,
fine.
like,
it's okay.
it was
At
good,
least
you know?
they'll trust your
It'll
paletas.
become like, you know how Steve Aoki throws the cake and people
Yeah.
want to be
Yeah.
caked. Eventually, people will want to get
am I here with
hit in the
them?
Yeah.
head with your paleta.
We do got a hookup for candy. Jovi.
Oh,
Shout
yeah?
out Jovi.
Jovi
Yeah.
candy.
Hey, we got our guy.
Well,
Yeah.
Hey,
We'll
I
connect
actually
you.
I brought you guys a little bolo right there. If you want to pass me that.
Oh.
No, I appreciate that, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
I was literally about to ask, like, is that your brand? Like the people walking, right? Is it that?
No,
that's a
something
different-
else?
That's
They're-
the homies brand right there. This is just a shirt right here.
Oh, is that your
Right
homie's
here.
brand?
Yeah.
I just started following them.
Really?
Yeah, like a few weeks
Yeah,
ago.
Retro Windbreakers.
Yeah.
That's the dude right there.
That's dope.
yeah. They got a cool brand.
They
He always
blew the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because I see him
Shout out to
you
them,
wearing
yeah.
the hats and
Dude, that dude's giving me like I have that same hat in like 8 different colorways.
Love that.
Yeah.
So every time I wear a different color, I just wear a different hat. But here, check these out. I brought these for you guys. just a little bolo, you know.
I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, here I'll let you pick yours first.
Oh, thanks.
Ladies first. You guys can keep this bag.
You
too.
can pick it, but don't pick the good one.
There's
Oh, there's bucket hats.
yeah.
There's 2 bucket hats and 2 hats.
Jesus loves bucket hats.
I
Yeah?
know. You don't wear bucket hats.
I know.
so
I look like a fisherman, dude.
gonna take
There's like
Fair.
certain things that I can't pull off.
The bucket hat's one of them.
Yeah, the bucket hat is one of them. It's like these are super fucking
Yeah, they're
nice.
nice.
Damn, this one's
I know. I like the
Dude, take whichever.
The butter color.
the butter color.
The
Yeah.
butter color.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you
so
guys.
much.
I already
This
know
is
which
so
one
nice.
I want.
You already know?
Yeah.
There's different
Thank
sizes.
you.
I think one of them
I'm all
might be
eyeing the
smaller.
bag.
Oh.
Like,
I know. Nobody
Alright,
take the
cool.
bag.
nobody take the bag.
Oh yeah, it is perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys. But yeah, so bolo is whatever you want it to be.
Yeah,
So it's
I
cool.
like that.
It worked out.
it did work out really well.
Yeah, no, I did see
Míralo,
that.
estrenando
Hell yeah, bro. I didn't want to rip it. I'll rip it in the break.
on the break, on the commercial.
Yeah. No,
It's
but
a
thank
nice
you, bro.
hat.
Honestly, I really do appreciate that.
I like
That's
it.
yeah.
No, it's cool. It looks good on you guys. Míralo.
Yeah.
Well, this thing rolls. It's like, yeah.
It's all good. No, but
Yeah.
yeah. So that's where bolo came from, and everyone always has like a different like definition for it, you know.
Yeah.
Have you gotten like when you go to different places, people are like, "Oh shit, this is what this means," or how does that happen when like now that you know like the different meanings?
I don't even know. Like I've only really, I think I did an interview with the homegirl recently. I think that's the first time I ever kind of like said it publicly,
Yeah.
where I'm like, this is what it means. And then I feel like everyone was like, oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Because
get
before, but I think it was kind of cool because before, like everyone was kind of like, oh, it means this, and someone was like, no, it
Like
means
they would
this.
just give you that. Like they would
Yeah.
just tell you, yeah, that's cool.
You're talking about the Insomniac interview.
Yeah. Well, no.
I did
There's-
my research too.
Yeah. This dude's digging.
He's so proud of himself.
He's like, are you talking about the interview you dropped on September 22nd at 7:30 p.m.? That's
funny.
hella funny.
Oh man, you guys down for a quick pause?
Yes.
All right.
Quick
We need
pause?
some beers and
Yes.
I need to
bathroom
take a
breaks.
leak, thank
Yeah.
God.
Arriba, pa' abajo, pa'l centro y pa' dentro, pa' arriba, pa' abajo, pa' arriba.
I wish I could rock them.
I know. When I saw it, I was like, damn, Mario's gonna be so sad because he can't wear the bucket hat.
Yeah, just look. I look weird in bucket hats.
Honestly, I feel you. I kind of look weird.
Really?
But yeah, I feel like you just gotta own that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be like, fuck it, yeah, I look weird. What about it?
Well, that's what I hate about this guy because he can
He can
literally
pull
rock a trash
anything
bag
off.
Nice.
and he'll look good.
Well, like your McDonald's bag,
Oh yeah.
dude, that shit throws me
I had a
off.
handbag that's a McDonald's bag, and I just rock the fuck out.
But
of it
it's
and
like an
everyone
actual
loved it.
bag.
Yeah, it looks
just
like the
looks
brown
the
McDonald's
That's
bag.
so funny.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Oh, that's a bag?
Yeah.
But you wear it as a hat?
No. So he was just saying like I can rock like whatever.
Oh.
So it's like a McDonald's bag.
That's
that
pretty
I just
sick.
Yeah, but he does. Anything he'll put on, like it just goes.
Just automatically
Yeah.
just looks good. It's like
It must
fuck
be
you.
nice, bro.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyways.
And we're back.
And we're back. I don't know if you want to keep that juice, but you can if you want.
Yeah.
That was some
Stay
good
in.
C-roll. I don't even know what you call it.
B-roll, no?
No, B-roll is when you
No,
You're actually
B-roll's
recording.
just like random recording.
no sé, pero pues se puede quedar, no hay pedo.
Whatever.
Anyways, guys, we're back. And if you've made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, leave some comments. Go listen to Bolo's music because it
Buy
is
some
fucking
merch.
fire. Buy some. Do you have like merch for sale?
Not yet. Honestly, only these that I just give out for free at these shows.
Suckers.
Losers, we got it. You know, little.
You have to go to a show to get
Yeah,
one.
now you got to
Dude.
go to a show. But speaking of shows, you've had a pretty good trajectory this year. We've kind of talked about it briefly.
Yeah. It's gone up and up.
It's got up and up, like Romy.
Like the boy
Oh,
Ron.
Like
yeah.
our boy Romy.
I was like, I knew that sounded familiar.
I know you wanted to this year coming up. I had talked about it a little bit because I think this is gonna come out in November. But you have Escape pretty soon,
Yes.
and then you're doing EDC Orlando. You're doing the New Year's Eve show with De Oro in San Diego.
Yes.
Nova, right?
In Nova.
Nova.
Yeah.
You guys been there?
Not yet.
Not to the rebrand
Yeah.
as Nova
Oh,
because
yeah,
it used to be Omnia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going this New Year's though.
We are
Yeah,
going to
you
go
are
this
going
year,
this New
Year.
this
Yeah, we are.
December 27th.
Yep.
We know some
do
pretty
it.
good DJs.
Yeah.
If
Are
you
we
guys don't know,
performing
Bolo the DJ.
Or De Oro.
Oh, De Oro. But Bolo the DJ,
there? Mostly.
mostly. They're both dope.
They're both cool
Shout out
though.
De Oro and his whole team. Shout out Michelle if you're listening.
Yeah.
But that
Wait, real quick, you know what's funny about Bolo the DJ? Everyone's always like, oh, is it Bolo? Is it DJ Bolo? Is it Bolo the DJ?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a weird phase where like I rock DJ Bolo, but eventually I want to get it to where it's just Bolo.
or it's just Bolo, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, like, if you go to like Google or Spotify and you look up like Bolo, there's gonna be like 50,000 other things. Even DJ Bolo, there's a shit ton of them.
One day it's gonna be the Pitbull effect.
Yes.
Where Pitbull, when you Google Pitbull, it's Pitbull the
Pitbull
artist
first.
and then Pitbull the dog.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Bolo
Like with
first,
my brand,
the DJ, and then all the other
Jesus.
things.
There's a lot of people that are named Jesus and changed it to Jesus the way I spell it. But I added an underscore to the end of it. And like my brand, like when Twitch, it's Jesus, but you have to have the underscore. Or people like when they give me stuff, like my girlfriend gave me a thermal. It has Jesus, but with the underscore at the end. So
It's kind of like it became part of your
It
brand.
became part of the brand.
That's your name now.
Yeah.
eventually, hopefully, I can take it off.
That's my goal with Bolo too. Is eventually I just wanted like to have enough recognition to where it could just be Bolo. You know.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
Thank
Vive con Huevos has like slowly turned into Vive
Oh
to
really?
other people. Yeah. It's either, oh, you guys are Vive or you guys are Huevos.
I've never heard people say Vive. Really?
Yeah, I've heard
no,
people.
I
It's like,
haven't.
oh, you
I
guys
don't
are
do
Vive.
that.
Yeah, because it's like they don't want to say the whole thing. But I mean, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
it
do
does.
it.
It's funny because for that flyer for Nova, usually they always put Bolo because like they all the Insomniac shows they put Bolo, and this one they put Bolo the DJ. And I didn't want to be a pain and be like, hey, can you guys just switch that? But I feel like that's like my government name, low key. Like, they just put that on there.
Just tell them to switch
When
it.
they're mad at you, it's Bolo the DJ.
When your
What the
mom's
fuck is
yelling at
Bolo
you.
the DJ?
Yeah.
But you've had a pretty good trajectory this past year. Honestly, congratulations to like everything. I mean, your success, the work that you put in. A lot of people don't see the behind the scenes, which is something that we like to talk about a lot here. It's like, yeah, we owe a lot of our success to our listeners and to our viewers, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people don't see, and a lot of bloodshed and tears. A lot of times where you just low-key want to quit
Yes.
and not do this anymore. And I do kind of want to ask you that. It's like, has there ever been a time where you're like, no, yeah, apart from the time where you bombed on stage, but
Apart from 14
apart from 14 years, 14-year-old Bolo. But has there ever been, especially maybe in like this past year, where you're like, this is getting to be too much, you're kind of working too hard, you're like stressed, you don't know what to do, and you're like, you know what, let's just
it's
just
kinda like
pause.
burnout, no?
Yeah, like a burnout.
That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know if it's ever been that, but I do feel like all of last year, which was 2023, like Bolo was on the complete back burner. Like, cause I started a new full-time job. It was cool. And I was like all in on that. And it was like a pretty big role. And I didn't have like a whole team. It was literally just me. And so I was like, my full life just became this job that I was working. And in my head, I was like, I obviously don't want to pursue this as a career. Like I knew I wanted to do something with music, production, you know. And so for a while, I kind of just put that entire project on pause. And it didn't get to the point where like, hey, I want to stop doing Bolo. But it's like I had already pretty much stopped it. And I was like, what am I doing? Like, and I'd take on a gig and I just feel like once in a while, I'd just be like, come out of nowhere. Like, hey, I'm doing this show. Come through. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it wasn't ever, hey, I want to stop doing this project. It was always like I had it on the side. And I never really took that very, very seriously as like, hey, I'm doing this full time until this year, which is kind of crazy because actually, earlier this year I had actually left the job that I was at because I had got a new job it was literally a dream job, like career wise. It was like a full-time marketing position for a super sick company, and like if I wasn't DJing, this is what I'd want to be doing. And I took on that role and I was there for like maybe not even a couple months. Then that's where things kind of started like really moving with gigs, and I started getting booked like in different cities and things like all the stuff I'd been working towards since I was like 14 type thing. Were finally paying off. And then it got to the point where like I had to pick one or the other. Is it going to be you pursuing this career in this company or you pursuing yourself as a DJ? And so I kind of had to take that leap of faith, and I did that. That was in March. So went all in on music, pretty much had to leave the company, which was a tough bullet to buy because I was like, dude, like I said, it was a dream job. Yeah. But I mean, I'm a big believer like everything happens for a reason. And so I was confident too. I was like, dude, I know this is going to work out. And if I'm able to put in all the time I'm putting into like this career for another company, and I just put that same energy into this project, like it'll pay off, you know? And like I said, gracias a Dios, like everything is paid off this year. It's been going really smooth. The community's been super sick, man. The Latino EDM community has been super supportive.
They're huge. It's a huge ass community.
It is. It's cool. And there's not a lot of Latino representation
Yeah.
on a lot of these lineups, which is crazy.
There's not.
Yeah.
And that's why I do think it's like exciting because now I feel like people, because even me, when I put myself in the raver shoes, like, dude, after my sets, I'll be out there in the crowd and I'm turning up. I'm literally living and breathing it, you know? And so I think it's cool to have like some representation, and it's been cool to see the support and all the people like, you know, jumping on board, supporting, sharing. And I really see it like after gigs when I'll go down and I'll shake hands with people, like they just say the sickest things, man. It really was keep me excited. So it's cool.
Yeah. Would you say this past job and the marketing spot that you were talking about, was that your Vive con Huevos moment where you were like, because I feel like as any creator, whether if it's producing music, whether it's podcasting, content creating, anything really, I feel like there's always that moment in your life where you have to take that leap of faith, and you're like, do I take the safe route and continue my life in this career where there's a stable paycheck?
Yeah.
You know, or do I continue my passion project where I know it's going to be a little bit unstable, but this is what kind of fulfills me a little bit more? And kind of talk about that a little bit, because I feel like a lot of us sometimes get stuck in that position. Like, I know I'm in it right now. I know Pao's been in it, Jesus has been in it, where it's like, okay, we really do want to take it to the next level, but we also have bills to pay and things to do, and it's like life goes on regardless.
Exactly.
So like, do we take that leap of faith and just go for it full throttle, or like, you know, I feel like that's a really hard position to put yourself in. For sure.
And I mean, that was it exactly. I'd say my biggest Vive con Huevos moment was earlier this year, when I kind of had to bite that bullet. It's like, all right, I have this full-time salary job, benefits are great. You know, this is like, when I was in college, this would be the perfect job. Like, it all made sense career-wise. But at the same time, this project Bolo, something I've been working on like forever, things are finally starting to pay off. And I knew the next couple months were looking good. Like, if I were to leave the job right now, the next couple months were looking good, but you still got the whole rest of the year. You still got the whole rest of your life, you know? And so, yeah, I kind of just, I bit the bullet, took the leap of faith. It got to the point where I had to pick one or the other. And obviously I was not ready to stop everything I've been working towards. So I leaned into this, and luckily I'm still on good terms, like with the company. They still have me as a contractor. So I still do some work with them. And so I think it ended up working out super perfectly. But yeah, since then, once I've been able to really commit all my focus and all my energy into this project, I feel like things have really paid off. Obviously some months are better than other months. You know what I'm saying? Every day is like trying to make sure putting my best foot forward, putting in the most effort I can. And yeah, I'm very grateful to where we've been able to get to since then, which was back in March. And I'm excited for what else is to come, you know?
Yeah. Well, it gets scary once you start working for yourself, and
it does.
Your whole livelihood just depends on your output, right?
Facts.
So it's like, fuck, like, what do I do? Because I mean, even for me, like with my family business, I mean, there's slow seasons, right? And I prepare myself for those slow seasons. We're like slowly going into my slow season right now.
Yeah.
And I'm already stressing the fuck out. I'm like, fuck, am I gonna have enough money? Like, I already got to put somewhere in the way. And for you, your shows depend on it. You recently just had a show that got canceled because of the wildfires.
Yeah. So
there was nothing in your control that you could do.
That's how it is. It's the name of the game, you know?
Yeah.
You can't control everything. But yeah, that's how it is. I feel like right now I really struggle with I realize I'm working for myself, and I kind of am like, I'm always trying to be productive type thing, where like I'll get mad at myself, or like I'll get like, it's more like anxiety.
Yeah.
Where like if I catch myself like watching a movie or something, or like I don't even know, I'll be like, no, what am I doing? Like, I need to be like producing, or I need to be, you know, making content for social media or stuff like that. I'll go get tell mad at me. She's like, dude, you need to just realize when to unplug type thing. But to me, it's like, yo, this is like, I need to make this work. So when I have like downtime and I catch myself doing something else, she always tell me like, yo, you're always in a rush. Like, you need to be in the present. And it's so true. Like, I feel like recently I kind of came to that realization, because earlier this year I was like, go. All right, what's next? But then it's like, I also learned to teach myself to like slow down and enjoy the moments. Like, I feel like the beauty of everything is like enjoying the process. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of something that I had to readjust in my lifestyle, where it's like, yeah, you could be working 24/7, but you kind of gotta, it's really like managing a schedule, like realize when you need to be working and when to unplug. But yeah, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah. That's a really hard thing to snap out of, because I know I battle with that a lot, of like trying to be present, because I'm always thinking of what's next, next guest questions and things like that. And Bao is actually the one Bao and Jesus actually do a really good job at snapping me back into like, hey, dude, just relax. We got this.
Yeah.
Be present. Don't worry about it. Things will work out. Because I do get a lot of anxiety, because I feel like the pressure is on me as far as like the growth of Vive con Huevos as a podcast or a brand. So it's just really hard when you have that kind of sense of responsibility on you, you know? But like snapping back and then, like you said, enjoying the process just gets really hard for you to like snap back into. I beat myself up a lot. I don't know if this happens to you, I'm like, okay, we've done really great things. We've had amazing people on this podcast. But then there's days where I'm like, damn, I feel like I haven't done shit.
Yeah.
You know, or like maybe the growth or maybe I think the growth that I think we should have isn't there.
Yeah.
And then both
that.
Jesus and Power are like, no, dude, like look at where we started and look at where we are now.
Yep.
And the people that we've had on this podcast wouldn't be on this podcast if they didn't see the growth or they didn't like see the evolution or believe in what you were doing or saw the content. We're like, oh, he's just some other podcaster just doing it for clout. They're actually putting in the work for this.
Right.
And trying to put myself in that like present moment of like, let's just enjoy what we have is really fucking hard.
It is hard. It is hard to do, but I feel like not only just enjoying the process. One thing that I really learned to tap into this year is to like realize that your biggest competition is yourself. And I feel like it's easy to compare yourself to others. Like in my position, obviously, oh, this DJ's getting this bookings, he's getting this set time, he's getting this stage. Or you guys could be like, oh, they're getting this guest or they have this many views. But realistically, I feel like once you learn to like realize you're your only competition and the only person you really got to impress is yourself, I feel like you live a lot more comfortably or like peacefully. And then really your only competition is yourself. Yeah. So now you just got to try to be better than the day before. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't got to worry about what other people are doing. Just try to focus on you, your personal growth, your company's growth, your business's growth. And I feel like that's something that I kind of, it didn't come like overnight where I'm like, oh, I need to do this. But like looking back on it this year, I kind of started to realize more like, oh, this is what it needs to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't compare yourself to others. Like, for a while, I was very caught up with like the views or the streams or the likes and stuff like that. And it was like, looking back now, I'm like, what the hell was the point of that? Like, it doesn't even matter. Like, I'm doing this shit because I really enjoy it. I'm doing it because I love it. You know what I'm saying? And the only real validation I need is just from like myself. If I'm having fun doing this and it's allowing me to pay my bills and it's allowing me to, you know, express my creativity the way I want to, then that's a win. You know what I'm saying?
I think, everything that you said, I think is spot on. And I also think, you know, like just enjoying the process is like at the end of the day, you have to remind yourself, like you will only be this version of you right now. Exactly. You know, and you'll look back later and be like, damn, remember when I was doing that? Like that was part of my evolution and part of like what got me where I'm at now. Yep. But like the person you are today, you're only going to be that person today. And then tomorrow you're already evolving into something else, you know? So.
That's big facts. Yeah.
So I think that like just the enjoying the process is huge for like anybody in general, like in life, whether it's in your personal life or your.
I know usually we end this with this question. We usually end it with the question, but I mean, honestly, we can put it in wherever. It doesn't really fucking matter. Yeah. But I mean, if you could go back and give yourself a piece of advice, at what age would you go back to, and what would you say?
Ooh, what age is tricky? I feel like what I've had to been since 2020, maybe like 2022, around that window, like give or take a year. But it probably is going to be like enjoy the process. And where you're at right now is the perfect place for you to be. You know who actually told me that shit is Romy, bro. Yeah. Shout out.
Of course.
We shouted that dude out so many times.
Master Uguay.
I don't put that past him.
Dude, he's a good dude, and he always shares some good ass game. And that's what he tells me, because I'm telling you, earlier this year I was always in like, oh, I played this festival now. Like, how am I going to top that next year? Like, oh, I played this. All right, what's next? Oh, I'm not doing headline shows yet. Like, how do I do that? And he was just like, dude, just like slow down. Like, you're in the perfect spot you need to be in right now. Like, think about it. 1 year ago, like, you know what I'm saying? You were not where you're at now. So just enjoy the process is something that I really learned to kind of like really enjoy. And realizing like where you're at right now is a perfect spot that you need to be. And everything's going to happen for a reason. You just got to keep working. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't mean get complacent, like everything's going to come to you. Yeah. Because obviously that's not the case. Keep working, but just be content with where you're at. Not content with where you're at. That sounds like complacent, you know what I'm saying? But it's more
happy.
Like be happy with
what you're doing.
Yeah, be happy with your growth.
Exactly. Yeah. To me, that was a big click recently. That kind of, I was like, I need to like take a step back and like look at all the accomplishments we've done this year. Me a year ago would have been like, dude, you're lying. You're not doing that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
did you have a lot of imposter syndrome like a year ago?
Honestly, yeah. I feel like I did, because I don't even know. Like, yeah, imposter syndrome is real. And honestly, if you ask me to explain it, I can't explain it to you. Yeah. But it's like you're trying to, it's almost like fake it till you make it type vibe. And I was like, oh, obviously I want to make it, but you're still down here. I don't know how to explain it. That is the biggest trip ever. Yeah. But imposter syndrome is real. But it's really like you do gotta hold yourself up to a standard, keep on working, and if you really believe in what you're doing. And another thing that the homie Romy is really big on that he put me on is manifesting.
Yeah.
That shit is fucking real, bro. That De Oro show on the 27th, I swear to God, I manifested that shit. And no one could tell me otherwise because I saw when they announced it and I was like, no way. And then I forgot who I hit up, but I was like, yo, we got to get on the show. And he was just like, yeah, bro, do it. And so I remember I emailed, I know the people who book at Insomniac at Nova. So I just emailed them. I was like, hey, if you guys are looking for any support for this, let me know. Like, I'd be happy to jump on. And then they didn't reply for like a day or a little bit. And I was like, you know what? Nah, it's going to happen. I put it in my calendar. I was like, it's happening. I told my girl, like, yeah, reserve this date. And then sure enough, they got back later that day. They're like, dude, you'd be perfect for this.
That's
like,
wild.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
I was like, that was crazy. Manifesting is real.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah. When you
put it out in the universe.
You put it out into the universe, you know? Which is, I mean, a lot of people like tend to make fun of like manifesting. It's like, it's all fucking bullshit. But even like negative thoughts, you know, people like manifest that, you know? It's like, 100%. Oh, something's going to happen to me. But I mean, you being able to do that, because I've seen your comments and the people who are in your comments, like they're pretty fucking big names and like, holy shit, like you're doing pretty big things. So if you would have told me like a year ago, your mentality was not where it's at right now, I was like, bro, dude, like it's fucking wild.
100%.
Yeah. And I think that goes with everybody too, with us, with our platform too. It's like people who we talk to now compared to a year ago and even 2 years ago, I was like, hey, no way in hell we would have been talking to these people.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, no, I was going to move on. So if you want to keep talking.
Oh, yeah, you can move on. Yeah, but so go ahead, baby.
No.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Oh. Sorry. The question came to my head and I was like, no, so, you know, like we're talking about manifesting and you kind of like mentioned TikTok earlier, but I was curious, like if there's anything else this year that has happened that you maybe have, like can kind of attribute this like up and up that we're kind of talking on right now.
Yeah. So actually one thing that really changed the trajectory of my career this year was actually I dropped this bootleg remix on Spotify. So I hope the Spotify officials are not watching, but I dropped this remix of Dale Don Dale, the song by Don Omar, and I remixed it and I was like, yo, this is cool, but it was like darker than the sound that I was really pushing at the time. It was a little ravier than what I was really doing, but I was like, fuck it, you know what, I think it's cool and I'm just gonna drop it because I think it's cool. Like I don't care if people listen to it. So I dropped it and it was kind of like a neglected child, if you were to say. Like I just dropped it and I just put it out there into the world and whatever happened. And it was out for a while. And then earlier this year, I got to give a lot of credit and a lot of love to this party called Reggaeton Rave. The dude who runs it, he called me up and he was just like, yo, we really like this remix. Can we use it for one of our recap videos? We have a party going on at this Insomniac venue in LA. And I was like, what? Like, yeah, that's fucking sick. Here you go. I sent him the song. He used it for a recap. Then he called me back like the next week. He's like, yo, the video did great. Like, can we use another one of your songs? I was like, yeah, here's another remix. So he used like a couple of my remixes. Insomniac was posting them on their pages. And it was cool. And then so I finally hit him up. I was like, yo, like, you're using my music. Can I play one of these parties? And he was just like, yeah, like, I'll put you on one of these parties. So we did one in San Diego. It was cool. They came out to watch me play. And honestly, Reggaeton Rave, the crowd that they bring is like the perfect crowd for the style of music that I'm already playing. Yeah. So pretty much... yeah, the dude who runs it, he's a super sick guy. He runs a couple parties, a couple different brands. Gasolina's one of them. Reggaeton Rave is another one. And so he hit me up. He was just like, yeah, dude, like, you got it. You're talented. Like, we can have you touring around the country, like, every single weekend. We can get you tapped in with Insomniac. We can get you deals with Red Bull. And I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah. Like, this can't be true.
This is
not
like, happening right now.
No, this is like the first time I talked to this dude, too. And he's, like, promising all this. And then I was like, all right, I mean, yeah, like, let's see. Pretty much the ask was like, do you want to keep playing these parties? And I was like, yeah, for sure. Let's keep playing it. It was perfect crowd for the sound I'm pushing. So I did that one in San Diego. He came to watch me. It was like, yeah, it was perfect. He started then, the Reggaeton Rave is like a touring party. So they'll have it in like different cities every single weekend. And so I got to give a big shout out to Reggaeton Rave because that's a big reason that I've been able to kind of travel the country and play for new markets, play for new crowds, really build the audience and really grow the fan base. And yeah, Reggaeton Rave is a super dope party. If you guys haven't been to one, honestly, you guys should go. I'll invite you guys out to the next one.
Yeah, I was thinking right now, like, we need to go to one of those. That sounds fun.
There's one in LA next week, actually. I don't know if you guys si se animan to make the drive, but...
Trying to think of what we have next weekend.
I know.
Yeah, Reggaeton Rave.
I don't even know, yeah.
Reggaeton Rave. It's in the calendar.
We manifested it. That's what happened, yeah.
No, but then, so playing those, that was a big reason I was able to start traveling this year, doing that party, hitting different cities, and just being exposed to different markets. Like now I'm getting the chance to like be on stage in front of thousands of people every single weekend. And I feel like that really helped me kind of like hone in on my skills as like a performer, as a DJ, as just like an on-stage persona. And then I really enjoy going down and like shaking hands with people after and being like, yo, thank you for vibing out, whatever. And I feel like one person at a time, I feel like the audience has been growing slowly but surely. But yeah, big shout out to Reggaeton Rave. They've shown a lot of love this year. That's kind of how I got introduced to Insomniac too, because they're doing a lot of events at Insomniac venues. And so that's how I got tapped in with them. I met some of like the talent buyers there at Insomniac. They started putting me on some of the art cards, doing like the earlier sets. And then it's kind of just been going up from there. And I got the opportunity to finally be on my first main stage, which was Nocturnal, which unfortunately obviously got canceled. But just the fact that I was even considered for that is just like, it's just crazy to me.
Is that also how you did the Red Bull?
Yeah, so I did that soundtrack with Red Bull, and that was through the same. It's connections, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, the crew over at Reggaeton Rave, that's family over there. They've just kind of been opening doors for me and kind of like introduced me to different people. And it's all been paying off this year. So I would say that's probably the biggest thing that really changed the trajectory of my career this year is working with that crew over there.
That's super dope.
Yeah, that's really cool. It really is just like the one phone call you answer, that one connection you make, you know?
And you never know.
Yeah, you just never know.
Exactly.
Insomniac, do they own Nova?
Yeah.
Yeah,
They do.
right? Okay.
They do.
Yeah. That's why they always have some. We were going to go like
It's
a while
theirs,
back ago, yeah. To go see Jessica Aldi Fred.
Oh, yeah?
And then I forgot what we didn't go. I think it was like on Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah,
Damn.
it was a random day of the week. And I don't remember where we ended
On a
up.
school night?
Yeah, it was on a school night. So we were like, nah. But that's super dope, man. That's really. Is that how you got tapped in with the EDC Orlando?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, just playing the different Insomniac venues, because Reggaeton Rave does a few different Insomniac venues, especially in LA and out here in San Diego too. So I got to meet the Insomniac team, and then since day one, I feel like they've all been good people, and I feel like they just kind of threw an alley-oop with this opportunity. They're like, yo, here you go, we'll put you on. And I've been trying to deliver on my end, you know what I'm saying, with the music, with bringing people together, and obviously through the music, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I got offered, the first festival I ever got offered was Beyond Wonderland. And I told you guys kind of how that went through with like the TikTok really popping off. We had a great crowd. And then I got a call pretty shortly after that where it's like, hey, do you want to play EDC Las Vegas? And it was still like, they obviously have these festivals like booked like almost years in advance. So it's like, hey, we can't really throw you on the main stage right now, but do you want to do these art carts or these sponsor stages? So I remember EDC, they put me on the Bacardi stage. And then that was cool. And then again, slowly but surely, they've been like, all right, this dude, you know, he's doing what he's doing. So then they offered me, I think Hard Summer was next. So I did Hard Summer. And I did a few, and then they were like, yo, do you want to open main stage for Nocturnal? And that's when I was like, that's crazy. I'm down, you know what I'm saying? So I did that, and then just kept on going. EDC Orlando was the next one that they offered, and that's the next one we're doing. So EDC Orlando and Escape are left for this year. I'm excited. It's my first time at both of those.
Exciting.
That's gonna be super exciting.
Do you have a festival, or maybe you already played the festival, but do you have a festival that's like your dream? Like that would be the one that would do it for you.
Honestly, the two I think I can think of right now. EDC is obviously one.
Yeah.
I'm hoping I could do EDC in years to come. You know.
EDC 2025. That's all I hear.
Put it in your calendar.
Put it in the
Bolo
calendar right now.
EDC
Right now,
2025.
Oh, you know
Coachella
what?
2025.
Yeah.
EDC Mexico.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
my goal right there. And that's in February. And honestly, I swear to God, I'll show you my calendar right now. It's in my calendar right now.
Yeah. You'll be there.
You'll
We'll
be
be
there.
there
for sure.
We'll be there. You guys will be there too.
Yes,
I'll
we
be
will.
there.
So I'm
Hella
manifesting
fucking
that right
down,
now
yeah.
too.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
That and then Ultra Miami.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've actually always wanted to go
That's
to Ultra.
really fucking sick. Yeah.
That'd be sick. And then the Reach one, I think it's Tomorrowland.
Hell
I
yeah.
was about to just say that.
Yeah.
Have some
that's
Latino
on our bucket
representation at
list.
Tomorrowland.
That's gonna be fucking.
That'd
That
be
would
crazy.
be dope. We wanted to go this past year, but we missed the
registration.
the registration day.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a little
Damn.
complicated
It
too.
is.
so-
Yeah, it was a
That's
little
crazy. I didn't
complicated.
know
to
that.
There was like a bunch of different tiers, and
Yeah.
buy this guest pass and get this shuttle.
But
And
there's a reason we didn't go, because we're gonna go the year that Bolo the DJ.
Yeah.
Exactly.
where all the homies are gonna be.
Let's
there.
call it right now. What are we? We're gonna call
it?
it 2020.
2026. Let's do it.
Six.
Fucking next year
Or
too.
2025.
All of the years, yeah. We're just going
Every
on.
year.
Every year we're doing something brand new.
Yes.
That's funny.
That would be honestly my flowers to you your trajectory and how far you've come and been able to make it, and your fan base. Like, I can only imagine how that feels. Like, we get excited when we get like a certain amount of views or listens, and that's not even live. Like, that's just people that we don't even know. Like, you're watching these people actually like vibe out to your music. Like, that must be a surreal feeling to see that.
It's a trip, bro. I remember I was in Vegas last week. I did a reggaeton rave out there actually, and same thing. I played my set, and there was this one dude who was yelling. He was like, "Yo, Bolo, Bolo," and he put on his phone. And he was like, "Can we take a picture?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got you." You know. So I finished my set. I go down there, and I'm like shaking hands. And this dude, I go up to him, and he's like, "Dude, I drove out here from Utah. I saw you were playing.
Damn.
I saw you at Beyond Wonderland. Like, I saw you were here. I had to drive out."
Damn.
I'm like, "Dude, you're lying, bro." And he like showed me his address. I was like, "Damn, you really came out here from Utah." That was a trip. I was like, "Yo, you need a shot, my boy. Like, let me get you a shot."
And it's only gonna get bigger, man. I mean, your fan base, for everybody that we know,
crazy.
for all the DJs and producers that we know, I mean, your guys' fan base is only gonna get bigger.
Dude, it's a blessing, bro.
Yeah,
It's
and
crazy.
like being able to like catch you guys. Not that your career is like small or anything, but to catch you guys right now and be able to like see you like
that
grow,
you,
grow even more. It's gonna be amazing. And be like,
makes
he was
sense.
on my couch. I'm gonna just start selling the pillows.
That's so funny.
Bolo was here.
Hey, Bolo took a shot out of this glass.
Yeah, this glass.
Yeah.
I specifically put it aside.
Honestly, it's in a Ziploc right now.
No, realistically though, I'm honestly so grateful, man. Like, the way this year has been moving, like, I couldn't even dream of it, the way things been going. It's crazy because like I'll tell like my girl, or I'll tell Chancho, I'll be like, "Bro, things are moving like too smoothly right now. Like, what's the catch?" And it's like,
there's no catch.
No, there's no catch.
it's just crazy.
Enjoy it.
What were you gonna say? Dude, like you're gonna say something.
I was just gonna say the catch is Diddy, but
He did it. He said it.
Someone had to say it.
Since you talk a lot about like going down and shaking hands and like meeting your fans, is there anything that any of your fans have ever told you that have like really stuck with you?
Honestly, it's just like I don't know. There's been a few pretty sick encounters I've had with some sick people, but it's always like when they know us like a song or a remix from like hecka long ago, or they'll be like, "Oh, I heard your remix on this."
It's like the day ones.
Yeah, the day ones. But then it makes me wonder. I'm like, yo, like, were you a day one, or did you like catch on recently and then you're digging all the way back to that? I don't know. It's just a trip.
Either way,
Yeah.
I mean,
Either
they
way,
dug, you know.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
Or it's like I do weekly remixes for BPM Supreme. Have you heard of BPM Supreme?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I drop a weekly remix there.
Shout out my boy A-Rock.
Yeah, A-Rock, that's the boy.
Yeah.
That's the big boy right there.
Yes,
didn't
A-Rock.
realize that was
Yeah,
his
A-Rock's the homie.
Yeah. And yeah, I'll have dudes come up to me and they're like, "Yo, dude, I've had like every single remix that you uploaded on BPM Supreme." I'm like, "That's wild, bro." So yeah, I don't know if there's one specifically I can think of right now, but besides like that dude driving out from Utah,
I mean, that's a pretty
that one was
impressive
crazy.
huge,
one,
yeah.
there was one girl too when we played at the Palladium, which was that the one where Nocturnal got canceled. This chick, she said she drove from Texas, right? Was it Texas? 14 hours. Yeah, she like, I drove 14 hours. And I played The Doors Open at 8 p.m., right?
Yeah.
And she was like the first one in there. And she was like, "I came out here from Texas." I'm like, that is crazy. And all they want to take is like a picture. I'm like, "Dude, I'll take a picture with you all day." Like, yeah,
I
that's
could have emailed you a picture. No, that's really amazing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
no, it's a blessing, bro. I'm super grateful. Because honestly, without people like that, like things wouldn't be the way they are right now, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's why that's like super sweet and like and nice of you for you to go down and like meet the crowd or like go down there and shake hands. Because like I said earlier, I was like, you wouldn't be on that stage if it wasn't for the people
Facts.
tuning in. So
That's
why not
facts.
give them that little piece of like, just as meaningful as it is for you, it's probably as meaningful for them to be like, oh, he actually came down and took the time to shake my hand, take pictures, and you know, ambos, you know, you guys are both grateful for
Yeah.
the opportunity and for what's going on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite parts when I like go to concerts and stuff. I like to see when the artists come down. Like even like I get it, I'm not front row, so you're not shaking my hand, but like it's cool to see that they still take the time to do
Yeah,
it. Like even
yeah.
when they're bigger artists.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean,
So I think it's always being grateful for your fan base for sure.
for sure. And it's early, you know. Hopefully down the road it's a lot crazier, bigger, but yeah, right now I feel like I do have the luxury of being able to like go down and shake hands. And I think what I really liked about Hard Summer, about that stage that we played, which was the beatbox cart, is the fact that like I remember I had Chancho over there and I was like, "Yo, just bring different groups of people up. Like every 10-15 minutes, just rotate them out so everyone gets to feel like they're a part of the party."
That's cool.
And I feel like that's exactly what it was. Like every 10-15 minutes, we'd bring a new group of people out there and they'd just be like super lit for a while, and then we'd be like, all right, we're gonna bring the next group up here, and people were like bringing totems up there. People were like throwing their hats for me to sign. People were throwing phones up there.
That's cool.
It was crazy. But that one was cool because it felt like a party. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone was included. Like anyone could go up on stage and hang out up there whenever they wanted.
That's really cool. I didn't know
that
you
is
could do
really
that.
cool.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna be the same case like when it's like big main stages.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's gonna be a little different.
Yeah. But I'm just enjoying the process right now, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Being present.
Keep enjoying
Exactly.
it.
Being
Yeah.
present. Yeah. That's great, bro. Honestly, I'm gonna throw a little curveball at you. I know
Oh.
we talked about what you would tell
Younger
your
self.
younger self,
Yeah.
but if you want to leave a message for older Bolo,
Oh damn.
or it doesn't even have to be you. It could just be your family. It could be your future wife and kids. It could be future Vive con Huevos at a set at Bolo at EDC. You know,
Tomorrowland.
Tomorrowland.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it would probably just be like, I hope it's like, yeah, it paid off. Like all the doubts you had, all the stresses you had, all those times where you're like, damn, I need more gigs this month or whatever. Like everything worked out the way it needed to, and you're where you're at now, and enjoy it because, yeah, I think it's a blessing, bro. Because you know how many people are out there trying to make this a career.
Yeah.
And the fact that we're fortunate enough to be able to do this right now in the time that we're at, I think that's the biggest blessing ever. And so I feel like just down the road is I hope I still have that same mentality where I know I will, but it's like just keep enjoying where you're at right now. Keep obviously working towards your next goal. But yeah, I don't know if that was a very broad answer.
No. I mean, it was a curveball, right? So you weren't prepared for that one. I was gonna lost my train of thought because you were like speaking so well. But what has been, I guess, one of your biggest doubt or fear throughout your career? And like, how'd you dig yourself out of that?
Damn, biggest doubt or fear? I don't even know. I feel like I don't know if this is answering that question, but I've been with my girl for like 5 years, almost 5 years now, and I feel like that was a big fear for me that she kind of was like accepting of the fact that I'm like, yo, I'm gonna leave this like consistent salary job that I've had a salary job for a few years now, and so I was kind of leaving that comfort that we were in to take this risk because it really is a risk. You know what I'm saying? I'm betting on myself, and I'm over here telling her like, hey, I'm gonna leave this job and I'm gonna pretty much like be full time like in this, and some months are gonna be better than other months, and it's gonna be, you know, there's no telling how it's gonna be, but just like trust that it's gonna work out, trust it's gonna pay off, not just to me, but I was telling myself, but I was telling her too because you know what I'm saying, it's a partnership type thing. And for a while, I feel like I was nervous as to how she would react. And at first, she was kind of like, damn, like, are you sure this is the right time to do it? And then me, I'm like, dude, it's never going to be the right time.
Yeah.
Like, it's never going to be the perfect time to take that leap of faith. So I feel like now is the best time to do it while we're young, while we have the opportunity to, because down the road, you never know if you're going to get that chance again. So I don't even know if I answered your question, to be honest.
No, that's good, yeah.
But I would say that was the biggest doubt, where it's like, do I have enough faith in myself to prove it to the people around me that this is going to work? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it seems like from our conversation, like you have a pretty good support system.
Yeah.
I mean, your
It's
girl
solid.
was down for you to, you know, take that on. Your mom, your sisters. It seems
Yeah.
like you have that like really good backbone in order for you to have been able to take that leap of faith.
For sure.
Because I know for a lot of people, that kind of stops them. You know, is that it's not just the what if that you're asking yourself, but it's
Right.
like the doubt from your circle.
That's
Or
true.
the people around
That's
you.
a big thing.
Yeah.
That is a big thing. My mom was the first person when I first told her like, yo, I just got this brand new job, but like, dude, these opportunities are coming up and it's kind of getting in the way. Like, I got to pick one or the other. She was the first one to be like, dude, like, just bounce, bro. Like, fuck that job. Like, commit to this right now. Go all in. She was the first person to say that. She's like, dude, if it ever gets like too rough, like, you can just come back here.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be good. And I feel like that was I was like, damn, you know what? That's true. Like, I'll have not something to fall back on, but like, I think that's a big thing. If you have the confidence and the trust of the people around you, then it's like your confidence is through the roof. You're like, yeah, you know what? I know I believe in myself, and if the people around me believe in me, then yeah, this is going to work. There's
Yeah.
no way it doesn't.
Yeah, because you're not walking around with like that cloud over
Exactly.
your head, like, oh shit, these people don't believe in me.
Exactly.
And that kind of brings you down too. So that's really great. I feel
Yeah.
like yeah,
Fortunate. I'm definitely fortunate in that way right there.
yeah, no,
And you also did a good
moment.
job at like
yeah,
covering your bases, because like you said, you do have a degree and you can go
Yeah.
back to marketing or doing
Exactly.
other things, you know. But luckily, like, doesn't seem like you'll have to. So
hopefully not. Ojalá, you know, we're like,
Yeah.
we're moving on.
What was that
you know?
conversation with your girl when you were like, hey, I'm gonna leave this?
it was just like, she was like, are you sure, bro? And I was like, yeah, I think so, because she's like, I don't know, you just started this job, and it's
Was there a certain festival or like a certain event that was like
That did it for you?
that was like, okay, now I need to make this choice?
Yeah, there was actually. It was Beyond Wonderland, because that was on a Friday, and I had a set pretty early in the day. So I remember I was like, hey, like, can I work remote this day? And they were like, no, we kind of need you in office that day. And I was like, damn, this is not gonna work. And then I remember I called them on the Thursday before the set, and I didn't know what I was gonna do, but I just called them up and I was like, yo, I'm sorry, like I need to be remote tomorrow, like it's gotta happen. I was ready to be like, if not, like I'll quit right now.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, yeah, take the day remote. And I feel like that day was just rough, because I was like trying to get to the festival, and like I remember we drove. I was like, yo, we need to pull over at the Starbucks right now. And I was just like sending emails, like, I was like, all right, let's go. And I was just stressing out of my mind. And that was a day where I was like, you know what, this is not gonna work. And that was the day I was like, I need to go all in on one of these. And I pretty much knew it was gonna be me DJing, you know? It didn't. I wish it would have been like, it ended smoothly, but it was awkward, because I came in on Monday and they were like, yeah, we need to talk. And I was like, yeah, I know. And so it was awkward, but it was mutual, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's good. That's good that
Yeah.
it ended that way. Because
Yeah.
you said you're still like on contract with them, right?
Yeah, no, we're still good, and everything's still good, and I mean, I see it as good. I hope they do too, but I still work with them to this day. And
I'm sure they do, because I don't think they would have kept you on,
That's true.
on
Yeah,
contract.
that's true.
You know, like they see it too. Like I'm sure they also were, because I assume you told them like,
Yeah.
this is why, or this is what
well,
happened, or no?
it was kind of like they presented it like, hey, is it gonna be this or this?
Oh,
and I respect it. Like they're
Yeah.
paying me a full salary.
Right, yeah.
They're trying to they want to protect the company at the
Yeah.
end
They
of the
want to
day.
see where your head's at too. Like,
Exactly.
Where are you putting your full effort?
And the conversation was like, yo, you know what? If I just bit the bullet, I was like, if I'm gonna be with the company, I want to be able to give you 110% of my time and effort. Yeah. And unfortunately, like these other opportunities have come up right now where I need to give that some of my time. And like I said, they were cool about it, so I'm grateful the way everything worked out. It was definitely sketchy for the first few weeks. I was like, oh shit, what did I just do, bro? Like, I just left the full salary job.
Paid next week.
Yeah.
My girl's like, what are we eating this week? I'm like,
Maruchan.
At my mom's.
Not even. He has to go all the way to Napa for
We
that.
don't got
Your
gas.
mom's.
that's so funny.
Oh man, Bolo, honestly, bro, it's been a pleasure, dude.
Dude, thank you
It's been an
guys.
honor to have you here. Aquí tienes casa cuando quieras.
Hey, ya dijeron, bro.
Yeah, dude. Whenever, just
Always
pull
welcome.
up.
Say less.
I don't know if you want to leave the audience with anything. I don't know if there's any bases that we didn't cover.
Nah, I feel like we covered some ground. I just want to say thank you to you guys. Thank you to obviously everyone who's watching. You guys are doing something cool with this podcast. So I appreciate you guys giving me the chance to jump on here and talk my shit, you know?
Yeah, no, it's really cool when we get to meet people, especially that are in the community or within San Diego, because they always say like there's just so much talent here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like LA kind of overshadows everything.
Yeah.
And now that we're trying to tap into like the San Diego network a little bit more, it's just really nice to see how artistic just San Diego is in itself. You know, there's just so many people and so many different industries, so many unique stories.
For sure.
That you're like, oh shit, like you're literally down the road. You know, like A-Rock, BPM Supreme, he's literally down the road from here. Like he lives pretty close here.
Yeah,
and he's done something huge with BPM Supreme.
For sure, dude.
And it's just like, you know, being able to see so much talent within one city is amazing. And you know, I speak as a group. We wish nothing but the best for you. We can't wait to see what else is in store for you and your team. I know it's gonna be hard not having some drunk nights, but, but we got this. You know, tour managers over here.
Yeah.
I know. Hey, shout out the boy Chancho back there. He's not on camera, but that's my guy. He's a tour manager in training right now.
Yeah,
He's manifesting it.
he's manifesting.
Manifesting it.
Sign here.
He's manifesting it.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
But Bolo, if you want to leave the listeners where they can tune in, learn more about you, all your socials, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I mean, my socials are Bolo at Bolo the DJ on TikTok, on Instagram. TikTok, I feel like I'm much more like, I feel like Instagram is a little more polished. You know what I'm saying? Where I try to put, but Instagram, like, I mean, not Instagram, TikTok, I'll just like take a fucking selfie video real quick and just drop it.
Yeah. That's what works on TikTok.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like I'm very comfortable on TikTok. I'm much more myself there. But tap in on either one of those. I feel like I'm always down to connect with new homies. I got a few sick shows coming up this year, so hopefully I can catch some of you guys at some of those. I'll be in LA. This will probably not be out by then, but I'll be at Escape.
Yeah,
EDC Orlando.
This will probably come out right after Escape.
Right after Escape?
Right after Escape.
Okay,
yeah.
bet. So I won't see you guys at Escape. But
Or maybe you
When
maybe
is Escape?
end of the month, right?
end of this month,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's coming up quick though. But hey, if you're at EDC Orlando, let me know. Would love to tap in. If you're in the San Diego area, New Year's Eve weekend,
Nova.
come hang out
We'll
with the
all be
squad.
there.
We'll all be there.
We will all be there.
As soon as I saw that poster today, I sent it to them. I was like, hey, we have
got
something to do now.
plans. We got
put
plans.
this in your calendar.
And then, yeah, obviously feel free to tap in on the music, check it out. Hopefully you enjoy it. I got a bunch of different stuff. I've been testing different sounds. But yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning into this if you made it this far. And thank you to the Vive con Huevos platform. And excited to follow along with you guys as well.
Yeah, no,
Awesome.
dude, appreciate that.
Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Yeah.
Thank you
of
for the
course.
merch.
Yeah,
I know, yeah.
It's officially my favorite. I chose the bucket hat and I was a little weary because like I don't love how I look in bucket hats,
No,
but
it
I was
looks
like I
solid.
really like it.
Yeah.
And I like tried it on and I was like, oh, actually I like how this looks. So
That's
it's
so
officially
funny.
my
We need
favorite
this.
bucket hat. Yeah.
That's
No,
funny.
Yeah, but Bolo, no, honestly, for real, man, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sending me that DM.
Yeah.
Shout out Romy for
Shout out.
introducing.
Romy
you know,
got
the
hella
podcast.
shout outs. We need to have like a Romy shout out tracker.
Bye,
Take
Romy.
a shot every time you hear
Yeah.
Romy.
For real. Every time you hear Romy take a shot, gran
That's so
malo.
funny.
Gran malo.
That's the big homie right there, though.
Yeah.
That dude since day one, he's always been like, we've always. Do you know what's funny? We've had this conversation before. Romy hit me up on Instagram because he wanted to come on our podcast.
Really?
And this
That
was, he
is
hit me
funny.
up right at the time where I stopped doing the podcast.
Oh no.
So
Damn.
he stayed in touch, like, hey, when are we gonna run it? And I was like, dude, I'm sorry, but like we're not really running anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, come on, let's just do one more episode. And we just stayed in touch over that. And then we just stayed in touch over the years. Like he comes over like pretty much like every other week now, and we just like kick it. That's the big homie right there.
No, he's an amazing person, an amazing, genuine soul. You too, man. I mean, you both have great vibes.
Yeah.
We talked about it before the podcast. I think I told Romy too. It's like now I try to we try to scale the person who's coming before they come on.
Yeah.
Especially
Is
since
that what the shot was for?
that's what the shot was for. I was like, I'm trying to get you a little loose, bro. Let me see let me see before we interrupt this or say never mind.
Yeah.
But you guys have phenomenal vibes.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that he introduced you to us and
Nice.
and we were able to connect. And I didn't forget because I tend to do that a lot. Sometimes people DM me. And I was like, shit, I forgot to reply. And it's been like 3 weeks. So
that's all good. That's all good. It worked out.
Yeah.
We're here.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. I
Perfect
know.
timing.
Because you hit me up right when Jesus went on tour.
Oh.
It was
yeah.
like his birthday.
His
went on
world
tour?
tour.
Yeah. He went on his birthday
Time
tour.
vacation.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like in
World tour.
Mexicali, Disneyland. He went on a Disney cruise. Like he was like all these places. And you had messaged me, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like scheduling is really hard right now because this guy isn't even fucking here.
Yeah.
He's on unapproved PTO.
On unapproved PTO.
You gotta get that approved.
Not even PTO, unapproved TO.
Yeah.
He's not paid.
He gets paid in Jovi.
That's so
For
funny.
real. One less Jovi candy bag.
Yeah. But for real,
But appreciate you coming out here.
yeah.
And I'm excited that you're from San Diego, and just from even like when he told us that you were coming, I enjoyed even looking through your stuff, the vibe that you were presenting in your posts, the music and all that. So
Nice.
yeah.
Thank you. No, this for real. Shout out the Vive con Huevos team. Make sure you guys tap in on all platforms: YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. They're doing dope shit. Check them out.
That.
Thank you.
Start
Like,
crying.
share, subscribe, guys.
Yeah.
To all
Like,
of us.
comment, share, subscribe.
To Bolo, too.
But guys, como siempre, live your best life, fight your fears. At the end of the day, the only thing that you regret are the things that you did not do. So Vive con Huevos, guys. We out of here. We love you. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.
Live with eggs.
Damn, that was good.